Hello everyone, welcome to the ESL Weekly Cup. This is myself, Jebro, with a co-host today, Mr. Chronic Gamer. How are you doing, sir?
Hi, brilliant. I still can't quite get over what you, let's say, said just before you started. It wasn't the stream, but I had the pleasure of witnessing that.
It was rude, that's why. It was disgusting.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Oh, man.
ESL Go4GW2 Cup. Thought I'd change it up a little bit today and play the WTS Boston highlights as well, just to build up a little bit of hype, keep the viewers watching and whatnot. So give some feedback on the forums or in the chat as well if you want to see more things like that during breaks rather than break screen with music. Then it would be nice to hear your feedback. Otherwise, we are going to go into the game. First of all, we have picked Celerius versus rank 55 Dragons. We have 7 teams today. Orange Logo, Celerius, Esports, rank 55 Dragons, High Scoregasms, Everest Pirates, that one, and Vermillion. I don't want to say their name because, yeah, try and think of, an appropriate name.
Let's call them Deely.
Deely will do.
Deely.
Okay, so I'm going to just lump up the sound in Guild Wars 2 so you can hear the lovely sound of waterfalls and such. And we are going to go over Dragons first.
Soothing.
Yeah, exactly. Do you want to take Dragons first, Nick?
Sure, can do. Because there are already 5 guys in the arena on the blue side. Starting off with Oracle, who's going to be on a Sword Torch Great Sword Mesmer build. Going for the Rune of the Centaur. We still have Vampirism banned, right? Mm-hmm. I'm correct in that assumption. Brilliant. He's going for Centaur, something we've not seen on Mesmer thus far. Who always was on Centaur?
NGs.
Engineers were on center quite often. Other than that, we see Mental Anguish. We see not PU. He's going for Illusions.
Yeah, well, the Illusions actually normally see them going Ineptitude, but he's gone for the Improve on Shatters. We saw it first started happening that week. It was you and CMash, and you get a lot more availability of your clones and your illusions through this line. I mean, you get the extra recharge on illusion summoning, you get the extra, you get a little bit of torment here and there, which is pretty nice as well. Although torch skills remove the conditions, which is also good. And while you're in stealth, they recharge quicker, so you can get a little bit more Condi removal, but you don't get as much stealth, of course.
Gun removal definitely beneficial. The PU from the stealth, it's always really nice to have that kind of safety net. Just because you can really, with those couple of abilities that bring you, you go into stealth and you're there for a while. You've got some time to think, and also it's always really nice. I heard very in the beginning of when that build came up that Mental Anguish is so brilliant with a combination of PQ because they're probably not going to cast any spells if they don't see you coming. So especially for the stealth engage there. But sure, why not? If you don't need the stealth, you can play around it. Next one, let's go a bit quicker because we already have 5 people. Big Zan, he's going to be on a rifle, so not Celestial Marauder, of course. No one's gone Celestial for a while now. Also has that Centaur we talked about before. He's going for Alchemy, Explosives, and Tools. Going for Elixir S, which, well, it was kind of standard now, isn't it?
Yep, this is the standard.
Who was the last engineer who hasn't gone with Elixir S?
I mean, elixirs are important a lot for the condition removal as well from alchemical tinctures. So not only for the burst survival and the proc, which is why we're going for self-regulating defenses rather than going for backpack regenerator, because this isn't a sustained through Marauder, of course, and through burst. So with the more bursty builds that come in, we're going for the Elixir S proc. So he's got 2 Elixir S's, and when that procs again, he gets condition removal for both, and he gets condition removal on stealth. And obviously, we see him and the Thief normally going for a little bit of a stealth engage. Okay. Mostly.
And now I actually mean we're going to go a bit quicker because these are all very standard. We've got Dagger Celestial Elementalist going on with the Fire Attunement. That's Man-Cow Mage.
Sorry.
Okay.
It's actually being adjusted on Tuesday, not nerfed. It was revealed during TwitchCon. They're reducing Ring of Fire burn stacks as you pass through. and the amount of duration.
I think that's not going to break the build.
It's not going to break it. It's not going to break. It's going to bring it in line with everything else. But that's a big change because when you dodged, when you were caught in this ring of fire, you know, you were indeed caught. If you didn't have a dodge, so you kind of you were in this area, and it's kind of annoying. But as Josh Grouch kind of described it pretty well. Sorry, it's just important. Like everyone knows that on Tuesday there will be a balance patch. So some of these builds might change. I don't think it's going to change a lot. You know, there's been some buffs to few buffs to Ranger, a few changes to oRNG, but not anything majorly that's used that I can tell. Anyway, sorry, carry on. It's quite good information.
X1. Vapor's going to be the thief. That's Dagger Pistol, Marauder's Amulet, Pack Rune, and Standard Deadly Arts, Shadow Arts, and Trickery. And then we've got Lipion, and is he going? He's going Celestial again. Haven't seen Celestial for quite a while. It's that's pretty much the straight up shout bow we used to see, except for the shield there. So going for Celestial. We've seen Settlers for quite a while, which some people don't agree with, and Clerics even. Now we've gone back to Celestial here. Lipion definitely trying some stuff. Of course, Battle Standard for the nice insta-reses. And now let's get it going with the red team. So let's to get these people started.
Everyone that was, were you upset with my coughing, guys? Is that why you said don't do this? I do apologise. It was quite loud, but yeah, Lipion normally going for hammer, but the changes to shield as well, which were in the, there's been a little bit of a buff. I was watching Rom's stream as well, and he was talking about how shield might actually get used, has actually got a little bit of a buff, so it's going to become even better for his survival and whatnot. So first of all, going to go over to I Love You Precisa, going to be playing with the Runes of the Undead, going with Rabid as well, so full Condi Necro build here. With the 2 signets, so adjusted to Condi, but with the signets still as well. So he's going for Spite, Curses, and also for Soul Reaping there. And we're going to go over to the Black Year. Okay, the Black Year. Okay, Dagger Elementalist Celestial. We know this build, Fire Elementalist here. Joker Loco, and he's going to be playing, looks like Shoutbow as well, but going with Settler's version as a case, just a little bit different. He's not running with the Intelligence Sigil over there as well. Then we're going to go to Lozix, who's playing DP Thief with the Pack Rune, of course. Should be Shadow Arts as well as we go down to the bottom tree. And then finally Demon, who's going to be going, who's going to be going for the PU standard Shatter Mesmer build here, which is the one we were talking about before, and of course a little bit of extra Condi removal with that Generosity Sigil. We are going to start the game. Nick's going to take us through the splits.
Yes, we will. We're going into the first match of today's. It's the quarterfinals. It's Delirious on the red side versus rank 55 Dragons on the blue side. And by the looks of it, Delirious definitely going aggressive on that mid. We only have Mancal Mage pushing. Let's see, is he in stealth? No, he is not. So he's open for a load of pain, but no one's going for it.
No, they just want. They've not gone for their close point, so it doesn't matter too much. We are going to watch these blue team coming through this gate now as they go up towards mid. 3 members are all stealthed here. This should be a nice engagement for them, of course, having the Thief, the Engineer, and the Mesmer. A lot of lockdown potential, with the potential to take someone down very quickly. Not sure if they're going to go for the Warrior or the Ellie first, and they're trying to decide exactly what target they're going to try and take out.
I think over on the Henge side we had Lozix revealed a bit early, which kind of enabled Lipion to play this a lot more defensively, kind of gave him the clue that people were about to engage. Damon now moving into mid as they have a couple of problems with Black here already going down. He's left on spawn. He might actually get the cap in downstate. If we see the Mesmer jumping in, no, he won't.
Demon saving the Warrior there. Good move from him as he was just coming out of that Moa form, not able to banner him up in the end. I'm not sure if he actually got the try off there as well. I've actually got a little bit of trouble here for Lipion, who's trying to escape that Henge node as well. Comes right into that Blurred Frenzy from Damon on the red team Mesmer there. And there's got a lot of damage coming onto him, so he needs to be careful, Lipion here. And he is probably going to go into the downstate. Oh no, Zan comes in for the extra heal there, but does in the end.
Fear me.
Oh,
that was good preparation there. We saw the stealth coming out, so no first stomp, and they got a bit distracted on the damage there. They focused on the stomp and the CC and didn't really go for the damage immediately. If they had just gone all out, they might have had that down and might have made it a lot more difficult to go for that res. But Elixir S, of course, always a good save. Lozix going now, but 3 people res. That should be easy. Oh, Elixir was thrown in there. 2 people caught in that Moa, but everyone's safe until now. 2 caps going on. Damon for the decap on mid. We also have a bit of aggression over to Henge. That's just the 1v1 that's going to take a while.
That tornado is actually, if you get the support for that tornado on the engineer, then it is actually not so bad, you know, because you can get a lot of CC in AoE cleave to a degree. It's not too bad there, and he used it very well to just distance red team members away from each other, kind of putting them in a sandwich situation. Blue team doing good at holding on to the mid at present, contesting mid at present. We are going to look at the rest of the map though, as we have seen that Mancow has gone down versus I Love You Pusita here. Not sure if he got a little bit of plus one there.
Work. That was good work. I don't think he did.
No. I don't
he was very low, very early in that match, and coming back from that, not bad, not bad. Maybe get the reset of the cooldowns, and right now Lozix is in a brilliant position to get the damage on Misha. Oh, but he turns it around. The bleeding stacks almost bringing him down. The last second goes into the refuge, dodges the first, what was it? Was it a mind stab there going on? Oracle as well with the escape there. Withdraw, pretty much a reset, both in stealth, but Misha revealed first, trying to go for the attack again, and this 1v1 on site might be very exciting, but in the meantime, they just cleared up over on mid.
Yeah, mid happened. We saw a down coming out as well as the warrior, Joker Loco, got interrupted various times there to try and get his banner off. Wasn't able to. Got CC'd very well by the blue team. And blue team starting to hold down the map again, as they did lose this cap over here on the henge in the 1v1 between Pusita and also Mancow there. And also going over towards midpoint, we did see the red team, just as I thought they were doing pretty well there actually. Oracle in that 1v1 as well, thought he was going to go down, who is indeed aka Misha. And we will likely see Dragons pick up a free cap here. Downstate damage of the Necro, of course, very strong, but not going to be too strong in that full HP situation. Solarius coming over towards this mine node now to try and get something out of this.
Yeah, but the blue team already on there, pushing everyone in there, but two people. But still, Big Zan on the back point now rotating into that mine node, so they want to get rid of that 3 cap fast. But don't do it at the loss of kind of strategy in your approach to this. We saw very dangerously Damon just walking around the map while he should have been waiting for the respawn, kind of not as offensively as he did. Yet Vapor actually the one that holds the point right now. Where do we see the focus? Mancow dropped to the side, only Lozix on him right now, but that damage could actually be enough to bring him down. Walker have a good escape, got a bit of regen back. And now this is not really going too well for them. Everyone is pushing in. They could just split off and get the rest of the map, and that's exactly what Lozix is doing now.
Yeah, we saw Pusita going down over there as well, again with the banner. Now we're seeing the teams doing a lot better job with interrupting this banner from the warrior, of course. One of the main reasons he's so strong is that banner, of course, rezzing his allies. So if you have logged into Guild Wars 2 for the first time, or you're watching this stream and you're thinking, what's going on, what's the Shoutbow warrior? He's very supportive and he's very useful in terms of getting that banner off. But if you can interrupt your foe, of course, while he's trying to get that banner off, then it's very difficult to be that useful. Whoa, that burst coming out onto Lozix there from the Oracle, out of nowhere really. And that's great positioning from Misha, but we can see the banner coming out, and that's what I was talking about from Joker. But now he's in a position where he's going to be very low HP because he was trying to cast that, got some damage on him while that was happening, and didn't need to interrupt him in the end, but he's going to go down. But he did get that banner off, which did at least save someone in the end.
It's a question how much was that banner actually worth. It brought the thief back up, but with the portal, Misha is actually quicker at the mine point to get the contestant back on that. Oh, and the damage on Black, he just barely manages to survive, tries to escape behind the scaffolding on the side, but doesn't make it in time. But now the Ninja Thief, and there we see the chain reaction. Banner saves the thief, thief saves the elementalist. That is how it goes. Now they just need to either get support, which by the looks of it they have, so the outer point strategy going on right now with Misha already sort of disengaging here, maybe trying to snatch someone off who's trying to move over to the mid, which in this case would be Lozix.
Yeah, we see the down coming out over on the henge point as well of Demon, and now Pusita is in a lot of trouble. Conditions coming onto him as well. Death Shard saving him for now. As soon as he comes out, he will die. No support coming in here for him really at all, and midpoint is going to be contested for the time being, but still needs to be contested fully. We need to get decap on here for the red team to come back. Nice updraft onto Joker there is going to put him down for a moment, and he needs to try and pull out and get survival somewhere as well, because it's in a 1v2 situation and he's outnumbered. Look at Look at Vapor and Oracle here. Just searching for their target together in that pain train combination. Good job from them. But not actually choosing to engage there. We obviously Lozix going for a little bit of a stealth movement over towards the henge to get the decap. This is what they need right now. And possibly as well mid is somewhere else they could go as well to get that point decaps as well. Lipion trying to do a bit of a jumping puzzle on the side. Will be chilled. Tons of conditions coming out onto him, as well as also Torment being inflicted. We are going to see that he's going to be able to get out of here in stealth in the end, and he's going to be able to survive. We probably saw a little bit of blinding powder yet indeed coming out from Vapor there to help Lipion's escape. So the Thief proving how useful he is in terms of his support for the team, as well as being very bursty in different situations.
For the first time, pretty much since the beginning of this game, we have Celerius in a strong position. Lozix is that smart. He revealed himself on the mid, but right now he's only in a 1v1, and the blue team is actually pushing back over to the mine after they've got a little bit of a regroup going on. Black here on point will be the one holding this. Besita on the side already down, so they're really just going in with the force, and they left their the henge node uncontested. Just the decap going on, so all that work they had with the double cap is gone with one engage and an overcommitment to that mine.
We did see the res over mine. I mean, it got into Morrow as well, just about time. They thought they were going to be able to burst him down before they got that res, and they've been able to solidify it. But like you said, they have lost the henge. So all they've done is been able to get a recap in their favour. They've not been able to sustain the map here, and Lozix downstated as well. We can see anyone go for the res here. We are going to see two members jump in, Loco and also Lozix there. We are going to see the extra burst coming on. A couple of team members down now. Manko and Mage going to get res through that portal as well from Oracle over towards the midpoint now as they get to regroup for free. Vapor is full dead at the moment.
Down Vapor is good. Down Vapor is very good for the next engage. But Misha going around the side already. Chieftain picked up by Big Zan. That's more points, which makes it very, very difficult now for Celerius to have any sort of chance. This engage is also kind of, even if they get it right now, no real headway whatsoever. Kind of a split engage, some on Oracle, some trying to get Lipion down. Lipion still on 100% HP here. He's just not eating any damage.
Yeah, I mean, this is literally as, I mean, if we go into map mode, you can see they lost the mine quite quickly there. They were obviously under pressure at this 470 to 165 point advantage, to the point where they need to be very, very focused on the rest of the map. Not necessarily holding someone there, but with some kind of tactic to get back to the mine, just in case someone does come over for the contestation. So they've lost all their caps again, and this is what happens. As soon as Celerius move out, they're normally losing the cap before they get any advantage on the map. They did get the contest on the whole map, actually, to be honest, but in the end not able to gain anything out of it, and actually losing members as well in the process. So blue team doing a better job at rotation. We have again seen the banner coming out. Unfortunately, that is not going to be massively useful. As oh no, we did see the res coming up. My bad. As he did get res quite high there. Demon again going down quite low himself, pulls out that stealth. And those extra boons are going to help him survive and actually move away from that fight. Midpoint, only got a couple of caps left. We are going to hit 500 points before Celerius get the chance to come back again. And that's going to be game one for the ESL Go4 Cup, number 48.
Red team wins
Good
a
job
capture point.
from the Dragons.
Yeah, definitely. Well played there. Celerius kind of untilt after they lost control once. That seems to be a bit of the habit, or a bit of a reappearing theme, that Celerius, right at first, with the opener, they still stand strong. But once they lose control, they maybe have one single moment in the rest of the game where they might be able to pick it up again. This time kind of thrown into the wind with an unfortunate overcommitment to mine. I'm not entirely sure why they completely abandoned henge. Maybe it was just a focus play, trying to get the full wipe, or at least something like a 2 or 3 man wipe over on mine to then advance to the next point, because they didn't want to try and keep the close point of the enemy team when clearing up their own point, so they would just run into respawn. But leaving it completely open, and then the engage just went really nowhere. Too bad, too bad. Maybe I think they're going to have a better chance on this map, just judging from the playstyle. But I think Celerius not quite there yet. They're one of the up-and-coming teams, definitely. Spanish teams that formed about a month ago, maybe a month and a half.
It was about that time, yeah. I mean, to be honest, I mean, really, I mean, they're fighting against arguably one of the top two teams in the EU. Whether or not who's better between Orange Logo and these guys at the moment really is a toss-up. TCG aren't really around at the moment. Helseth is actually playing for Dragons until they get more solid roster, of course. If you have lost,
Isn't Helseth sick today?
Apparently Helseth is not very well. We wish him well. Sniffing salts.
We do.
They're pretty good for a cold. That's all I'm going to say.
Wait, what's good for the cold?
Sniffing salts. It clears your nose, your sinuses, all that kind of
okay.
stuff. Yeah.
Nice.
Well,
health advice by Jebro.
Yes, indeed. That's what happens when you get old. But yeah, I mean, we've got the big difference of the Necro here, which is one of the big ones. I mean, whether he did win that, I'm pretty sure he won versus Mount Cow on that 1v1. We're not sure if we saw a little bit of a +1. I just went off the map for a second, so focused on that fight at mid. So I don't think he got the +1 there. But you know, he's doing a good job. I believe this is Posey. I mean, I can't see the account name.
It is Posey. The last time we had him, he locked over to Posey, or maybe they switched Posey.
Oh, that's right.
I'm not entirely sure.
No. I think you're right. I think you're right.
But it should be Posey.
Okay, good. So, guys, as well, again, like I said before, if you've just logged in and you're thinking, what is going on? What am I watching? Because Guild Wars 2 has been at TwitchCon as well the last couple of days, and you're thinking, this is not TwitchCon. No, it's not. It's the ESL Go4GW2 Cup in the EU. This is our most competitive weekly cup that we run in the Guild Wars 2 scene. We also have the weekly cup, which is the leg down from this, of course, as well. But we are running this tournament today. There are cash prizes on the line in today's tournament as well. What are the cash prizes?
Cash prizes as well as Go4 points. Go4 points, indeed. If you make it into top 8, qualify you to participate in the monthly finals, where there's even more cash.
Indeed, as Nick said, cash prizes, €400 for first, second gets 100 plus 2k gems per player, 2k gems per player for third position and 800 for the fourth position. We are now in game for the second of the series between Celerius and Dragons here. Nick's going to take us through the splits of the Legacy map.
And by the looks of it, we don't really have any aggression going too far, so instead of abandoning the close point, they're completely committing to mid. Right now, only the stealth up of the blue team. There's going to be Lipion moving in mid, Oracle kind of having a look for a strong engage, and Posey is very right in just staying back. And are they even just going to push through? No, we see field put down there. That
was extremely lucky that Oracle wasn't a couple of seconds later, because he could have just walked right to the top of the stairs. They could have just jumped on him and burst. And that would have been a very nice start for the red team indeed there. But unfortunately, the timing was not on, and Oracle was a little bit quicker than probably they would have liked, of course. Now we can see Vapor on the side point over here of Quarry, just picking his points to engage. Doesn't want to get too involved there. Going to pick the portal out and nip over to mid, though. This is very Helseth-like as well. There's also Misha always dropping that portal. There we go. Going to see the Moa coming out onto Blackier here, and we are going to see all the AoE Moa coming out as well. But we're going to see various people using that portal to get back on node here. Good job from blue team on their engagement. Blackier still downstated. No one really in a position to try and assist, as Damon is in a position where he will go down unless he does try and use his heal and get back into this fight here, which is exactly what he's done.
It was a very slow opener there. We didn't really see much action in the middle. Everyone very hesitant on making the first move there. We saw the quick pick-up of the waterfall. That's negated now by Lozax hopping over there. Lozax could actually, if he gets a good engage on Zan, he was fairly low in health, and I think he just used the block ability by accident, maybe.
Zan got the actual got the one up onto him. Then actually he used the pull nicely from stealth as well to come back over to Waterfall, knowing full well that the thief was the one who went for the decap, so it kind of surprised him a little bit. But in the end, we did see a nice engage. He's going to pull out the Rampage as well from the Elixir X. The RNG works in his favour there, and Vapor's going to come over for the quick +1 to possibly take out Blackier, which is a great move. And they're just going to go for the solid kill so they can get the cap now. He's going to be downstayed. We're going to see that Celerius is going to lose one member now.
But mid is looking good. Lipion down. We see the immediate refuge. Can they just AoE cleave this into the oblivion? No, Vapor getting out of it alive. Both in stealth now. Can maybe get a re-engage, especially with Oracle coming in from the side. Lozax down already. Demon trying to go for the AoE damage there just to have no one stomp it. but a bit of range attacks are enough to bring down the Thief in the end. No decap on mid, no kill for the red team here.
Oh. Look at this movement as well over to Quarry from Oracle, and Zan comes through to get the quick kill again. The movement of dragons around the map again is being very, very good with the portal play. Also just movement back towards getting those decaps and recaps. Like they're getting the +1 on most occasions. They're always shifting around the map, using their number advantage in their favour, which is what you want to do at all times. You get someone down, you have to outnumber on the map somewhere to really snowball it into your favour, and this is what's happening currently on this map. Now they've got the quarry solidified. Solaris members are coming in. Oh, grenade barrage hits both members there. That's a massive amount of damage coming out from Zan, and he pushes the Persista away, and also the Thief. They were
just
right
a bit
in
split
between
up.
them.
It's
Yeah.
just a bit split up. Persita now almost retreating into Big Sam with
no
117 HP Elixir S, but will be brought down before he gets the healing turret there. A bit of healing for the downstate though, but the rest not really happening. Too much burst damage going on. Oracle needs to escape from that kind of very distributed team setup there. Everyone moving around, not really fighting together. Now they've regrouped. And they're on the move with one down, but can they push it into the next one over on mid?
Yeah, Lozic's quite low himself. Probably needs to just pull out of here for a moment because Vapor is right on him. Gets the port away as well, just in time. Just as he goes into downstate, Plague Res comes out from the Necro. That should be a solid res there from the red team as No Cleave comes out from blue. They just actually, Vapor's chosen to go for the full decap here. Whether or not that's going to be, it is a good choice. He gets it as well. Very good job. Immobilize comes out onto Persita, which stops him from getting on point as well. We are actually going to see Mancal going for the 1v1 again, but we've got the 2v1 in their favour over on that side of the map. As we go back over towards mid, have a look what's going over here. Oracle is escaping over towards this waterfall point to join Big Zan and +1 to try and get Black Ear down here. Ring of Fire comes out onto the rest of the map, so we obviously have to make sure that we see the dodge through that Ring of Fire. And he has it available, and we are also probably going to see the Black Ear go. Oh, nice port off point. Good job. He might be able to survive this. I think. Oh, really?
Big Zan in that rampage trying to come, but that's an easy skill to dodge right there, and he's doing good work, but got one knockdown. Fiery Greatsword should enable him to escape, but we have the Immobilize connecting, and that's the end of Black here going down on the side. Demon shouldn't be trying to rest there. He's going to go down with him if he sticks to it. Wise choice going for the escape, but he's kind of running into a bit of a trap while moving over to the midpoint.
This free cap at the moment so strong for the blue team. 250 points, almost to 50. Solaris having a problem with trying to rotate around this Dragons team at present. Demon is going to survive there in the end, but they've had various members. There've been 4 men on this map, probably longer than there've been 5. Ayumawa comes on to Joker. CC as well. That coordination of control that comes out from Dragons is so superior to anything we see, and he is going to go into the downstate and likely not be rezzed here. As we see the rest of Solaris being very calm, collected. This is what they need to do. They need to regroup in a way as they respawn here. Lozix and also I Love You Persista going to grab some stealth. Maybe have an engage over onto this quarry point.
However, the Joker Loco death is still gonna delay them a bit. Do they want to go for the engage first? It's still 2 people. Big Zan moving away, but Mancow's not gonna die that quickly, and then it's a 3v2 immediately after the engage, with still being 4 people on the map. Loco only now going for the respawn. They might try. Oh, Loco. I'm pretty sneaky there on the side. Maybe not the smartest idea. I thought they might try to get back into the base and get a proper regroup.
Cheeky little man. Moa came out there as onto Persita, and Zan is just... They're just loving the kills at the moment. They are doing such a good job at taking these targets down. They're being very confident. Could it be
having a party on Posey's corpse?
They are having a party, and Posey is invited, but he's only invited if he's in the downstate, Nick.
Looks like they're gonna make quick work of this one, opening the gate already. We have Oracle and Big Zan there. Oracle, has he got a portal up there? No. Well, if he does, he's not choosing to go for it yet. They're just going for the kill of Posey. They don't even care about the Lord. They want to see him down again. It's just a base fight.
Yeah, Posey's got his fans, or maybe not fans in Guild Wars 2 PvP. Used to be, obviously we know Posey used to actually be at the pinnacle end of this high tier of Guild Wars 2 PvP. So coming back in a way through Solaris as well, and he's obviously sticking to Necro here. Red team are going to get this kill onto the Oracle though. Big Zan should get the uncontested res. They might go for the engage here on the Lord. But I love you, Pasita is going to go down as well. And probably Joker if he's not careful. And he's going to just charge back, although he does get the magnet pull off from Zan there. And if he goes down, this is a horrible position for that to happen. Red team should be able to get something out of the map, but really Loco is just pulling them to the Lord. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, this is all about kills now for Dragons as they look like they're pushing towards the boss, but in a very patient way. They just want to get the kills, get the Lord Rush down as well, and we are going to see Big Zan coming out into that Rampage form via that Elixir X, of course, so he's got a lot of CC in control, and this is where they're going to be able to win the game. Interrupts with that kick as well from the Rampage onto the Blood, as he does get that heal, which is often available, of course, and it's very important that that comes out. So slow kill onto Lord, but the interrupts of the heal means that it should go down here pretty easily. Burning stacks come up. Boss goes down, 150 points from 400, means they do take the win and the series.
Yeah, a fairly clear one there. Sept did better. Yeah, I just saw in chat trying to beat the kill record on Posey.
Yes, that's the thing. There is something about that, yes. I remember. It's kind of funny. Hey ho, the Mario. He is dead, and the rest of Silurius are going to be removed from this tournament for now. Of course, they will be welcome back in the weekly and next week's Go4GW2 Cup, where we hope they will return. Hello everyone in chats. If you're just joining us, we are heading over to the semi-final now. Let's go have a look at the brackets and see what the possibility of our next series will be. More than likely will be Orange Logo versus Dragons, actually.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be a match. The others have to be decided still. I think we're going to go with that one.
Just asking Dragons to stay here so they don't go. We can just give you this game as soon as possible. Yeah, we'll be back after these short messages, which are no messages, just tunes. See you soon, guys. Back with the semi-final of the Go4GW2 Cup number 48 here in the EU. We have got Dragons versus Orange Logo. One of your top EU teams, of course, and as I described before, two top EU teams going against each other in this semi-final. We're just going to go into the game.
Which is probably going to be a letdown compared to the banter we just had in chat.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm loving it. I feel like the next LAN event for Guild Wars 2 is going to end up with Sept and Jebro in a hospital.
At the same time. we'll just like be in opposite beds, like shouting at each other. You're bold. You're something else.
Going bold.
Fair play.
Okay, but let's concentrate on the matter at hand, which is the next upcoming match. You said it already, semi-finals going on, and what a match it is. It could be a finals very well. We've seen this very matchup in the finals quite frequently, which would be last Go4, for example, and the 4 before that. The 4 before that, I think it was actually the 4. No, the 4 Go4s before that.
Oh wow, okay.
I think. What? Maybe not. Oh no. I'd have to check those stats.
Well, if you want, I can go through these builds and you can quickly check up on those stats. If you want to. Syndronir, first of all. Now, last week, if you missed the final of the Go4 Cup, it was, in my opinion, my personal opinion, it was very good to watch. One of the reasons was because of this man here in combination with Frostball and whatnot, who we do have playing with the team today. Rom's still away in Japan, won't be back for another 3 weeks, of course. The captain, the main man of Orange Logo, of course, not cheering them on, but still doing well in his absence. Syndronir is going to be playing with that Shadow Arts Thief here. Dagger pistol with a pack. Now, Vamprune is still banned, but Vamprune has promised to be fixed by Tuesday, where we have these patch notes coming through for various classes. Oh, no, it's okay. I thought I had a bit of a lag there. Anyway, Burn Guardian. Tage, this is what he's going to be playing on this map. Normally Legacy of the Fofo, we see him pulling out the Bunker Guardian sometimes as well, depending on whether or not they do have the Mesmer sometimes. And this build is very, very heavy pressure condition damage wise in terms of the burning, as we do have the Balthazar rune there as well. He's going to be going for Valor, Virtues, and for that Radiance as well, with the Meditations, of course. Curve, more than likely playing Fire Elementalist here. Go Dagger, Celestial, and he's going to be going for the Rune of the Monk rather than going for the Holbrak, of course, which is going to allow his healing effectiveness to be a lot stronger in terms, and also his boon duration as well, with his boons going out with the attunements, of course. We're going to see the Sword Torch Mesmer coming out in the form of Frostball here. He's not going for illusions, he's going to be going for chaos, dueling, and domination, of course, with that PU over in that line there. And we're going to just make sure. Some people go for generosity, but we're not seeing that. Seeing Doom and obviously Air and Fire there on that set. Minisheet probably playing. Oh, he's going for Rune of the Monk as well. This is very interesting.
Yeah.
There's a lot of healing potential in these team fights. Lots of sustain. They don't have obviously Rom, but Rom, you know, Curve is kind of replacing Rom at the moment anyway, so there's still a lot of healing coming out. No War Banner, and we are going to see, you know, there's a big difference between these teams. We do have, of course, Lipion on the other team playing that Shoutbow Warrior, of course.
That's going to hurt like hell. That's going to be ridiculous pressure in a big team fight. With the healing support coming out from the two allies, we've seen in the past how well that can work. The combination of two allies pretty much always have won in the team fights. Well, if it comes down to it, why not stack two together and keep a point forever?
Got a lot of healing stat coming out there with Celestial and combination of that Monk rune. You can see it there on the screen. It's 735, which is very, very, very good. And also that plus 10% outgoing healing effectiveness to allies when it's actually on map as well. So it will be interesting to see. I wish I could just dip in at the end of the game and just have a look at each person's stats. That would be a lot. Yeah. That would be pretty nice. You can do that, of course, in Guild Wars 2 when you're just queuing yourself. You can have a look at the healing and condition stats, or your base damage and whatnot that comes out for revives, boons that are being put out onto players as well, which is quite useful on that third tab. If you've just come back to Guild Wars 2 and you're thinking, I want to check that kind of info out. We are just waiting for these guys to ready up.
We can take the time and very quickly just mention the builds on the other side. Misha went away back to... no, he switched back again. He was for a very short duration of time, was back on PU, but now switched to Illusions again. Same build we saw before. Then we have Vapor on a Dagger Pistol, of course. Nothing really he can switch that would make any sense. Lipion, the Shoutbow Warrior. He also sticks with Celestial and the build he had before. He's the Shoutbow. And then we have Mancal Mage on a Fire Celestial Dagger Alley. And Big Zan on that Marauders Engineer.
Yep. We saw a lot of people saying that, you know, in the next phase through Heart of Thorns, the Celestial Engineer might come back actually as well, in terms of maybe even going down a line of Scrapper potential. There's potential to do that, but you know, I mean, we're looking forward to Heart of Thorns coming out in less than a month now. It's about 26 days, which is pretty crazy. It's going to be 3 weeks.
Have you got to put on your calendar with a big cross, and then you cross off every day till Heart of Thorns?
No.
No? Why?
That was me, like, kind of saying yes.
Okay. Hey, the subtle hints.
I've got a little bit of a countdown. I do have a countdown on my desktop. You do not understand how keen I am about this at the moment. Like, we've got beta weekend as well next weekend, guys, and I'd really love to see these new classes of stuff coming out into the Go4. But the Go4 is about cash, and of course, you know, we need the full competitive nature of these teams coming out. So we don't think that's going to happen, to be honest. Oh wow, has Tage got that? I thought Tage had the Guild Wars 2 cap on there. He hasn't, indeed. Yeah, so looking forward to seeing what's going to come out on this map. We're looking mainly at Frostball and also onto Misha, who is the Oracle here in terms of their rotational play. Of course, we don't have an engineer on the red team either, so there are some significant differences between these two teams, but they still have the Thief and Mesmer combination. Syndranir has just been playing like a boss recently, but of course, you know, Vapor as well, coming into the scene a little bit more recently. Probably the least experienced, actually, out of all the 10 players as well, as far as I know. Is still doing a fantastic job. But Nick's going to go through the splits for us in this first game of the series in semi-final between Dragons and Orange Logo on the red team.
And we have three Elementalists crossing. They just stacked up above one another. Minishi going to their midpoint. Curve pushing all by himself onto far. If the grouped up people of the blue team aren't gonna... No, they're not gonna fall back. So we're gonna have a 1v1 on the far node for the red team. And the rest is gonna converge onto mid. Do we actually see a Svalia pull already? Tage with that same strategy. We saw that last Go4. He tries to get the creature and then move back to the point fast enough, but this time around he doesn't get the cap afterwards or doesn't contest the neutral.
The dancing at mid. It's a 2v3. Oh no, we are going to see Minishi coming into mid. He does get mowed though in the end as well. And gets down very quickly. Look at that damage coming out. Frostball pops the portal. Vapor form through portal to get the safe res. And that's the effectiveness. But that portal has been already used. The problem is here that Syndranir has gone down in cleave just below the keep point here. Tage trying to go for the res. Pulls out the block. He's very low. Syndranir is going to get the res here. But now Tage is in a little bit of a predicament himself. Has to pull off that renewed focus to get maximum survival. Ports back onto Big Zan. He's running that Marauder's Amulet, very susceptible to condition damage as well, being an engineer, and we are going to see Tage getting the heal back. He's going to survive here, but he's going to probably be taken out as Zan gets back onto point, and Tage has got nothing left. Surely he's going to be taken out here.
Well, the pressure is enough. They need to care about Manka right now. He does a bit of a jumping puzzle to regain. We see the mowers coming out. They are pretty much negated by that little bit of mower ability action there. Oh, and now the pressure is back on Mancal Mage. Mancal Mage or Tage, who's going to be the first target? Mancal going down on the side, and the stomp is good. Vapor form coming out. We don't have him stealth right now, so they know exactly where he is. Already everyone's spamming their AoE abilities on their Mancal Mage down. And can they roll off that? They kind of focus now on that mid fight. Syndranir in a bit of danger with only Lipion changing him right now. Oracle seems to be a bit too busy getting out of this alive. Now the push over to that far node.
Yeah, I mean, that was good survival from oRNG Lego on the midpoint there. Using that damage on Tage to their advantage by trying to take out Mancal from behind. In the end, they did have to disengage slightly because that was happening. Mancal porting up to the top. Syndranir was watching with eagle eyes and managed to take him out there in the end. Now we've got the main target, Frostballs. They do go over towards this mine node. Zan doing a good job at just trying to block a lot of that damage coming out from Frostball. There doesn't get the Elixir X pop that he wants. The RNG doesn't work in his favour this time round. Will the game work in their favour as they are being 2-capped here? He does pull out Elixir S. Don't think he's got much left as he jumps onto that point to try and avoid a lot of damage.
Good Frostbow now. Oracle coming in from the side. Good first dodge. Goes into stealth. Big Zan falls first, but everyone is in a good position for that rest. However, Oracle gets way too much damage there. As we have pretty much everyone. It's 4 people grouped up. Oracle going down again. Vapor can't, in this situation, go for the sneaky rest. No chance in hell. That's 2 downs. Now they're trying to pick off Lipion maybe as well.
Yeah, Lipion. If Lipion goes down here, this is going to be pretty big play for oRNG Lego to just get a massive control over this map. We are going to see Lipion's trying to do the best he can to try and get out of this at the moment. Just drop into Lipion's point of view, see what he's got left. He's not even able to use any skills there as he gets taken out and CC to hell. And Lipion in the end is going to go down and out of this fight. We see Syndranir is trying to go back over towards this henge node with Tage in the engagement. But remember, we have got respawns coming out from blue over on this side of the map. So they need to be very careful. Of course, they're aware of that being top tier players. Syndranir just going to jump on the node to try and get this decap. Doesn't get it in the end. Lightning flash from Mancal as he jumps onto point as well. Pulls out Armor of Earth there onto the point to make sure he's solidified on node and getting those recaps.
Oh, and that's dangerous. We have a very offensive oRNG Logo right now with both allies falling back to the home. No, Minishi now was briefly on his way towards mid as we had Lipion venturing there, but apparently Frostball thinks, well, I'll take that one. In a 1v1, that's not too dangerous. There's not too much pressure. Especially if Syndranir can come in from the side. He just makes it out half HP out of that earlier fight. Oh. The only problem might be Tage.
Lipion getting a bit of nice damage onto him there, a lot, especially the condition damage. But as soon as Syndranir comes in, like you said, he's able to get a lot of burst and force Lipion off node there. Needs to be careful. He's got a couple of stacks of damage, but he should be fine here.
I think that knockback helped him, actually.
Probably, actually. It helped him move towards support coming out from Oracle there.
Well, no, Frostball.
Damage out.
He's just completely open to everything. Can he teleport up still? Otherwise he might be in loads of trouble. Minishi coming in from the side, so that's good. Gonna have a bit of support as a safety measurement, porting up to that high ground of keep and trying to get Big Zan down. However, Vapor is not having any of the Panic Strike proc. You see the stealth coming out, and now with the help of Syndrome, they might turn it around, but Vapor also in stealth, making it out of this engagement again.
Yeah, red team members are starting to collapse onto this point to try and get this team fight won, but blue team are starting to leave this point now as the distraction has been made. Now they can move over to the mine node. Big Zan half HP has disengaged, should regenerate here as Vapor picks up the node point, and Big Zan just moving back to just try and protect maybe even Mancow here, who's stuck a little bit in roads in between a couple of members of Orange Logos. They start to move there. Butts over towards Henge, I was going to say the other word, and try and 2v1 Lipion on this point. We're going to need some sustain here. It's going to be Mancow who's going to come in for the defense. So that's just a nice rotation from the blue team if they can survive this Henge node. Decaps coming out across the board low, and we are going to see Moa coming out onto Frostball. No, sorry, that was his clone there, obviously. And he's going to bring out the stealth, and Portal back to mid with a fast damage, possibly onto Oracle there, but he's just going to move back into the midpoint. Good job to shift the Elementalist curve back over onto that node, and Orange Logo have got the caps in their favour at the moment.
Question is, where are they going with it? It's lots of small engagements right now, so they're just trying to go for the
trying to get Vapor at the moment.
Just trying to go for the prowess in these individual matchups. Vapor having a couple of problems, needs to dodge for his life. Syndrome with the damage follower. Vapor is down. Big Zan actually going around the side of the waterfall. Is he trying to just be too sneaky for his own good? Is going to end up in a 1v1 against Minishi, and that's perfect if he makes it on point. Oh no! He doesn't make it on point quick enough. Did we have a stealth tornado there? I think nothing connected at first.
I missed that stealth tornado. Sorry, I was just picking up the fact that Tage actually went down there as well.
It should be.
Stealth tornado for the win. So we move back into the roads here, and we think about that question as we move back over towards the mid. And yeah, I think at the moment, Orange Logo doing a good job of just holding the map, getting these kills here as well. Vapor's thinking about possibly going for the res. I'm not sure that's going to be a great idea. He's able to get the stealth on Oracle, at least. Oh god, look at the amount of burning and cleave damage that comes out from the Elementalist. This is absolutely horrible here. And in the end, we are going to see the res coming out. A lot of damage and a lot of utility was used in that case, though. Look at Vapor, almost getting the decap over on mid. We are going to see Curve getting onto point. Oh, nice teamwork as well there from Big Zan as he gets that magnet pull out from the toolkit. Good job there. Not able to bring out that Armor of Earth quick enough, unfortunately, for Curve.
You know, again, being that worthwhile guy on the far node, always getting them decaps. But the big fight is going on in mid. Actually, the Mesmers are battling each other with Frostball, looking to be the victor of this one, even though Mancow's on the side. Portal coming out. The Blood Frenzy Portal in there. He's in a perfect position to get that decap on mine, making the best out of a bad situation. But right now, they could actually know that they're plus wanting Mancow in a second. Want to get the kill on him and then maybe move over to mid. But will they be able to sustain long enough in mid? Yes, they will, especially if Dragons just move out.
We've got
they
Curve
want to
here.
keep the pressure going.
Yeah, I mean, we've got Curve there, and also Tage was there as well. Vapor, they're going to move over towards mid now. Mancow, of course, like you said, being +1 there between the Mesmer and through Frostborn. Syndrome able to take him out quite quickly. But now Ranked Dragons should be able to pick up and keep solidified this mine node. But they want to try and get the kill onto Minishi so they can push back into the map. And this probably would be their last time to come back into this game, in all honesty, because they are quite far behind. 366 points to Orange Logo and ticking up, as well as the same for Orange Logo currently at the moment. We are going to see Minishi goes down. This is going to be great for this red team here. Where's Frostball? Let's have a look if he's got a portal available. He doesn't. We've got a Shadow Refuge available. Oh, that Moa form coming out. Syndrome going down as well.
They're just blown up as he tries to go for the rest. Minishi barely made it into the refuge. But that doesn't really help him. After all, I just want to say that I'm very surprised that they did not go for the strong pressure on mid before. But this is just a perfect scenario for them right now. However, they need to be careful with the mine node. The respawn is going to come. Minishi going to be the first. Lipion already on it. He has the overview of that. That's very important. Curve Ellie going down in mid. That's going to be the decap there. And the pickup of the cap most likely. They just need this very, very small tick over on the Henge node. But Big Zan going down. It does not look like that's going to happen, and the lead is just a bit too much to carry it over with a double cap.
But Shadow Refuge here as Vapor comes into the point. Mancow as well. and they need to get this decap really, really quick. This was good movement from Ranked Dragons coming. They get the decap full now as well, and this is a great movement, and that whole movement started with the death of Minishi and really moving into the map, going over towards the henge point, which is the furthest away from their respawn area as well as mid, and it's really, really been a good job for Dragons. That was a fantastic rotation. Tage going down here as well, and this could be the comeback that we've been waiting for Dragons. 4 minutes and 40 seconds left in this map. This is an awesome game coming out from both teams, and probably an even more awesome comeback from 55 Ranked Dragons.
Oh, it's going to be the decap on mid, and right now they just really can't afford that kind of stuff. That left open midpoint. They need to work on all points at the same time. And it's just too many problems with that portal falling back to mid, getting the pressure. Mancal Mage already down there. Portal back over to mid.
Yep.
So they're really making the most of it. No, Frostball coming back through. Not
he
exactly
was
sure why, but well, he doesn't really need to be that aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, they sense the movement potentially here of Big Zan as well coming into the point, not able to get the res there in the end. Elixir S pop is going to mean he's going to be able to disengage to a degree, and stealth here. I'm not sure they... just then it was a little bit awkward there. He didn't really have any conditions as well, and they kind of knew that that was probably going to be what was going to happen indeed. So Big Zan is just going to camp as well over towards this henge node. Hopefully in the waiting for Mancal there as he comes onto point as well. Oracle over on the midpoint trying to get something out of this kill. Maybe Minishi again could be the engagement and the start of something that could maybe bring them back into this game, but really it's too late in the day at the moment. But oRNG Ranked Dragons are really trying to make the most of it here and take advantage, and maybe even get themselves some awareness for the next game, which might actually be, they might be able to turn this round.
Maybe also just, 2 people down, that's at least a start. Frostball might be soon to follow when he stays here. He's just trying, they need the decaps, but right now I think it's more a thing of getting the statement out there.
Yes.
We can beat you, and we will in the next match, and not immediately calling the GG, kind of surrendering early on, which also breaks a bit of your team mentality going into the second one.
I think you're right about that. You know, they knew that they would have way too much work to do, and against oRNG Logo, you know, the chances of coming back in that situation would be very, very slim. They had a good bash, and they actually almost did to a degree, and then they lost the bodies over at mid, and that slowly fell apart. They were unable to sustain and get the extra kills across the map, keeping it 4v5 situation. But in the end, I think exactly like you said, you know, they've put that idea into the heads of oRNG Logo that, you know, we can get you killed. We just need to try and win the cap points as well, and we can win the game. But, of course, this is a different map with Legacy of the Fofire, of course. So we have...
It is a different map where oRNG Logo is known to be, well, if not just as, if not better, then just as strong as on Niflhel. I'd say better. I would call them better here, but it's always an opportunity. Especially in the late stages of the game, we saw rank 55 picking up some very, very vital team fights that on Fofire could have easily led into a 3-cap. Which is always a bit more difficult on Niflhel, just because well, it's not as straightforward with the point distribution. It's not in a straight line. It's with loads of obstacles on the side, a bit of a longer way, more time for the respawn, maybe a bit of confusion here and there.
I mean, we do have a significant amount of differences as well between these two teams. I mean, one thing is very good is how Tage is using, well, the Mesmer and also Tage, not on all occasions are working together, but he's really doing a good job on being in the right... He's very mobile for this build. I mean, obviously Tage is one of the best guys to play this build, using the sword as well as his Judge's Intervention as the best forms of his mobility, as well as obviously the portal, which is the best, of course. Instant movement around the map is very, very useful. But they're just in the right positions at the right time. They started to lose it about halfway through that game, though, with in terms of their movement. Maybe just that push over towards mine was a little bit risky. And really, like I said, you know, that kill on Minishi was so important in terms of their comeback into the map. As soon as these elementalists go down, oRNG Logo, obviously as 4 men are in a dodgy situation, but haven't got a lot of regeneration and support for their team, because they're really relying on these 2 elementalists for that. Whereas at the moment, a lot of teams are relying on that shout bow and elementalist combination, and obviously the Thief as well, to a degree, to move their Elementalists. So, you know, gonna see...
considering how much of the support relies on these Elementalists, it's barely surprising how aggressive they still go with a 3 DPS combination. Let's see if they might do the same on the second map in this best of 3. We've got Orange Logo on the red side currently in the lead with 1 win versus rank 55 Dragons.
Okay, so see the red team moving out over towards this possible midpoint here. That's where Minishi is going as well. So see the rest of the guys coming over towards this far push. Putting the Ellie on node first of all for the red team, and having the rest of the members going over towards mid and close. Yeah, it's like before, you know. Oh no, we are going to see an early engagement on some Mancal Mage over on that midpoint as well from, pardon me, Orange Logo. Moa comes out onto him, and he's going to be down, early down state for Orange Logo, already putting their place on the map here. And the portal comes out as well. Tage 1v1 versus Lipion here. We're going to see we're not going to see a res for Manco, unfortunately. Pardon me, unfortunately. I've got a bit of a weird cough at the moment. As Curve is now, what? God, he needs to get some support pretty damn quickly over on this node, actually. So he comes back onto the point.
Frostball coming in, portal pulled, and that's going to be the disengage of everyone. They could actually maybe move back through. They're playing it a bit more safe and probably going to put Lipion in loads of trouble. Although Tate should actually be able to at least handle this for quite a while against him.
Yeah, I mean, he was having a little bit, he had to move off points to get a little bit of regeneration, so lost a lot of cap points there. So their movement over to the quarry might have been a bit slow, but the thing is that Waterfall was full capped by the blue team. They had a lot of members there, they were regrouping, so Orange Logo didn't want to move there really that quickly because they didn't want to be outnumbered at mid, with the possibility of the Oracle actually getting off his Moa, because that's still off cooldown. So we will see here how well Orange Logo are able to keep control of said midpoint, because Dragons have actually been able to grab control of the quarry now, even though they lost that first kill early.
Yeah, the double outer point cap is standing, and they are actually able to pressure them back into the mid. Is this going to be a quick rotation back to Waterfall? At least Frostball is on the forefront of that. Sinuna trying to be as well, but Vapor's right behind him. And a Thief that is running away, not in stealth, can be a fairly open target, but he's going to make it onto the point fast enough. Zan already in, well, there's only a little bit of damage. He's at least holding out well against Frostball, but as soon as Sinuna comes in, that's going to get more difficult.
Yeah, just having a look at Frostball's position now. Just trying to hold over on this. Well, we can see Oracle go down, but blue team members are going to try and come in for the res there as well, and able to get that in the end. But Oracle, let's have a look at his positioning. Moving out of that cleave, good idea. As we see Shadow Refuge coming out from Syndra. Surprise over on the side. And also Zan going into that Rampage form as well. So he tries to take out Frostball here. Gets that stealth and moves in straight away with that regeneration, that powerful regeneration coming out from the Elementalist. And actually Tage as well, coming over to the side, gets knocked back, but comes back in. And we're going to see the nice stealth up there by Big Zan and the Oracle. But Oracle's still in a really precarious situation. And Zan trying to body block a lot of that damage. Vapor tries to come in for the res and almost gets really punished for that there. Needs to get away, uses withdraw, has Shadow Refuge available. Frostball and Syndra is down as well. This is a massive fight here, and really everyone starts to collapse and die. But we are going to see the death of Dragons here, really on this node. Massive fight for Orange Logo, and they rally off the kill there. And that is massive over on the Waterfall for Orange Logo.
Yeah, Lipion can't really do much. It's going to be the +1 of Frostball. It's good they're keeping it. They don't overcommit to their core node. Of course, they want to end up with a 3 cap after this, but they're going to be respawns, and they aren't quite certain where the next engage is going to be. Looks like this will actually be the quarry node, as we see people grouping up, but already Syndra right there in the front lines, trying to pick off Oracle before it even comes to an engage.
That was, for how big that was, we should see Orange Logo really roll over this map and snowball it into their favour. We saw the res again. Oracle is very low HP still though. Needs to get a disengage here. He's got Blink, but look at Tage. He's really on him, and Oracle really should go down in all honesty. He's got his heal. Seal portal pops there as well, and needs to maybe move through it before someone else gets onto him. Mancal comes in for the additional support there, and we are going to see as well challenge over on this Waterfall. Still Dragons able to sustain this map. A look at the lead after that 3 or 4 man wipe. Orange Logo lose both the side nodes. This is great composure from Dragons here.
And it's also, they managed to keep the fight going, but still play it fairly defensive. I mean, okay, Oracle maybe could have gone down. That was just a close call, but as a whole, they played it defensive enough to be able to sustain these fights, and also put oRNG Logo in enough pressure that they couldn't just completely ball up on Quarry.
That's massive as well. Again, over on the waterfall, getting the 2 kills onto Dragons and not able to sustain the fight. We actually saw oRNG Logo in a possible losing situation there. But we saw the res coming out from Frostball. They 2v2'd that. They won it in the end. They really turned the momentum back into their favour. It's a really good job from oRNG Logo in the terms of their recovery. The same for Dragons as well. As they really, this lead, you would have expected it to be a lot larger. But, like I said, Dragons with that experience, not letting it get to them and just being very collected. Although Oracle in some pressure here over towards this mid point.
Also, the mid decal was just a bit cheeky there.
Yeah.
Getting that while getting sort of a disengage from the close point there. Syndra, however, again easy. On that far node, they always have the room for one guy to disengage quickly. They are able to sustain it. Tage is the person off pressure right now. Oracle, however, is very low in life. Syndra right on him. He gets the stealth, he gets the heal. Syndra with the re-stealth, and now Tage is just open right for the picking. Yeah, Syndra can't go for a rest there. That's too ballsy.
No. Whoa, you know what Syndra is like? After last week, he might think he's a bit of a god, but he doesn't think that at the moment, and he does go down himself, unfortunately. Like you said, too much pressure there, really, with the numbers that they had.
Did we see a disconnect? Yeah. So disconnect. Tage is AFK right now.
Okay, we've got Tage AFKing at the moment. That's unfortunate that that has happened, of course, because even if you have someone AFKing, there's still the reaction of that in a little bit of time. Now, what that's going to mean for... it's not so bad for Blue Team. I mean, it's Zan. He is a big part of their team, of course. A lot of control comes out from him. Still got the elements of this, though, at least. And it's going to be 4v4 here on this map.
Look at Mancow moving. He was under pressure, immediately moves to that waterfall node. We have Curve Ellie fast enough, but the simultaneous engage onto mid just meant that Mancow, even though he went completely into enemy lines, could be there fairly safely, knowing that they won't commit with too many people, or they're going to have a problem over on mid. Vapor and Misha, they're really working together. Right now, however, where's Misha going? Misha is trying to assist in the Ellie 1v1. Wants to make it less boring.
Yeah, indeed. Zan is back as well into this game, but really the damage looks like it has been dealt as well. I was just finding out, sorry, what was going on there as well. So excuse me for the poor camera angle as we do come back into this game. Vapor getting the full cap over on the quarry now. It does feel like it's slowly going to an end maybe for Dragons after that DC as well. But we have indeed got a potential comeback here. We only one tick on this side of the waterfall for the potential of a decap and contestation. But I think we might see Dragons just sustain here for a while and try and pick up the kill just patiently on one of these members. Although, oh, good lord. It's very sustained here. There's so much support on point. And actually, we might see Mancal Mage going down here, as we have seen the Moa coming out onto him. Are we going to be able to see anything happen? Oh, Lipion's not able to get over there. They've really nailed Lipion down into a great position. Mancal Mage there, you can see in the distance, might be rezzed here, and we are indeed going to see him back up and in this fight. oRNG Logo not able to take advantage of this, and actually going down now, turned exactly how they did it earlier. They've been able to take out Syndra here. Look at the cleave and damage, but the healing as well that comes out from both teams. They try to support members, and that's the thief down and out of this fight. Now, Blue Team should be able to potentially roll over one of these caps, especially with the thief down here as well. And also, oh no, we can see Tage down as well. This is great for ranked Dragons at the moment.
This again being overcommitted to rest. We've seen kind of a shift where the damage on the bodies is just a bit too much for the people to handle. These just very laid back reses we had in the meta for a while just don't happen right now anymore. Especially the thief trying to be ninja mostly explodes. Just
trying to be ninja.
Yeah, especially if he isn't able to get the relocation and stealth with a vapor form.
They need to, but look, Dragons are still trying to get the kills. Everything they've got out of, I mean, they've got mid decap here, but they're going to lose this quarry node. They could have shifted someone over to at least contest that. It really took them quite a long time to get Waterfall. Waterfall is one of the best caps, you know, to keep in your favor with so much line of sight around that point. It really gives the Elementalists a great advantage, and that's a good place for Orange Logo to defend, and because of that, they've actually ended up with a cap in favor ahead of Ranked Dragons. Okay, lost the 2 cap there. Minishigi is going to go down mid. Shadow Refuge comes out, Vapor Form in stealth. A nice job. We should be able to see the res hit. Easy. Good job.
Battle Sign coming out on the other side. Good old-fashioned res, however. And now we have Frostball moving over to Lord. That, of course, with 440, that's not even necessarily a thing they have to do anymore. But Frostball with the Portal Cylinder coming through. Curve as well. This is 3 people, 4 people now on the gate, and the reaction is just a little bit too slow. If this fails, we've seen brilliant defensive in the past of Lord. Let's see if they can do it again and maybe give them a comeback situation right here.
I mean, this is, I mean, you say slow, but it's actually not too bad, considering that they did have a portal up as well. We see the heal come out from Blue Lord, interrupted. This is a lot of damage. Blue Lord is surely down, and that's going to be Orange Logo taking the 2nd game in this series. Dragons not able to get one at all against Orange Logo, but really putting up a good fight today. Really cheeky going for that kill on the Lord right towards the end. They wanted to end it in style. And that was a good game from Orange Logo. Almost lost it on several occasions though, but Dragons not taking advantage.
Yeah, they were a bit set on really getting the full wipe after bringing down 2 people. We didn't see them disperse across the map really quickly enough to gain that magical 3 cap advantage, or at least a double cap with 1 neutral. Always both teams, we had these big wipes, but both teams able to cope with that. Able to group their players correctly so as to hold the situation even if they're down a couple of players.
That's the sign of a really top tier team, you know, but that patience and that composure to make sure that you don't just lose it and, you know, you let the other team snowball the map. Okay, to a degree they can snowball the map, but at least, you know, regroup in a way. And that push from blue team over to the quarry really kept Orange Logo in a bit of a lockdown position. And so good that the Oracle, Misha, didn't go down. Do you remember that fight where they did lose that big massive team fight? They lost 3 or 4 members and then they actually pushed back over to the quarry while other members did respawn. They 2v1'd over on the waterfall, took that back and moved into the map very well. But then they just weren't able to, you know, bounce off that big wipe as well for Orange Logo over on that waterfall. It's quite slow, but, you know, again, good place for the Elementalists to really bunker down on that waterfall point and keep that line of sight up. We are going to jump into the final very shortly. Apparently the lower bracket is moving a bit slow, unfortunately, as well. It doesn't look like we've actually had a winner of the quarterfinals yet. So we are going to see what's going on there.
Well, we might jump into the 2nd semi then.
We could do that indeed. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break, find out what the crack is. But we will be back very soon, guys. Thank you for joining us for the ESL Go4GW2 Cup, where we have 1,600 viewers as well at the moment. Good stuff indeed. So make sure you stick around. We have another potential semi-final or final coming up very shortly. Hello everyone, welcome back to the ESL Go4GW2 Cup, where we're trying to just mix it up a little bit in terms of the breaks and trying to put some more footage of previous games and whatnot. If you would like to see more of that in the future, then please let us know. I'll try and set up some email as well, so if you do create content in terms of highlights and different things, that might be useful as well for the rest of the community, and also just to have something a little bit different during the breaks. Keep you guys in the channel and interested, because the hype of the WTS that was in Boston was real, of course, where the EU, of course, was able to defeat the Abjured. Latest WTS, of course, not the case, as the Abjured, of course, did reverse that in a 4-game defeat of Orange Logo. Orange Logo are in the final today already, and we are ready to go for the 2nd semi-final. We've had a little bit of a delay today, but, you know, not too bad, because we get to check out another series in the semi-final from Game 1, so you get a little bit more action today.
Yes, we will. And that will be... for one, I was just reading the map chat there, and yeah, it's not many people from the old sort, but still some people call it the new sort, Scoregasm. Oh wait, something before Scoregasm as well. What was the name? New Scoregasm? High Scoregasm. There we go. Yes. High Scoregasm. Most people call it sort because honey is kind of, and has been, the constant in Sword for quite a while. So where we see Honey, we assume Sword. It's a new team. Let's call it High Scoregasms, and they're going to go up against Vermillion, the old oRNG Logonaires, who have now chosen a different name. And this time around, we also have Chosen back in.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, it's looking pretty. We've got some nice players in this, and I really hope these teams really stick together and actually. I think as we lead up to leagues as well, we're going to see a lot of these players be very significant in terms of our next, you know, all the seasons that are going to be
and
coming
hopefully
up
sticking
in the
together.
Yeah, indeed. We are going to have some big things coming to Guild Wars 2 PvP, as well as balance changes on Tuesday. But first of all, let's go through these builds. I'm going to start off with Scoregasms with Knight Jr. Normally playing Shelpo Warrior, of course, but he's going to be playing with that shield, which we're seeing a bit of a change up at the moment in the Settler's Amulet. This is getting ready for these shield buffs that are going to come on Tuesday as well, as we saw in the little bit of a balance preview from the TwitchCon, of course, on day 1 at the end of the day. If you need to know more info about that, there's some stuff on Reddit, also my channel as well, and other channels talking about those preview balance notes. You can see Honey going for the Celestial Staff, Elementalist here going for Earth line here as well. Very, very tanky, normally picking up the close or far node. Push, we are going to see it as well. DP Thief coming out from Shut here is a very, very good Thief indeed. He's going to be playing with that Shadow Arts build. Very, very stealthy in terms of the survival of the rest of the players. Really the go-to build for Thieves in sPVP and Guild Wars 2 at the moment. Bane's going to be the Mesmer here. Being very, very prominent recently in a lot of cups recently, actually. Even weeklies, we're seeing him being played. He's going to be running with that pack rune with the Marauder's Amulet there. And then Lol Elementalist, sorry. He's going to be playing Dagger. Lol Elementalist. I keep just missing the A there.
There's no E.
Missing it. There is no E.
You're imagining
Lol
things.
Elementalist. There we go. Yeah, I know. That's what happens when you get older. You become very senile. Fire Elementalist.
Okay, senile already.
Well, it's just a hair problem. Fire Elementalist, Dagger. We know what that's about. This one's going to, of course, have some changes on Tuesday, which might impact incoming cups and obviously the Heart of Thorns PvP in the future, of course. So that's the red team. Going to go over to Vermillion with Nick.
Yeah, on Vermillion we have, first off, an Elementalist. He's called Snowball, and he's going to be Dagger Celestial with that fire attunement. Let me guess, Zuik, the other Elementalist, is gonna be on that same exact build. Yes, he will. And we've chosen Sin, the Thief, Dagger Pistol, Pack Rune, Marauders, and the traits as they always are. Chargy, he's gonna be on a Rifle Marauders, and we also see the Centaur rune coming back in. He's explosives, tools, and alchemy, and also going for that elixir S. And last but not least, we have Alcor, who's going to be the shout bow warrior with that shield, as we have seen loads of times now. And he's going for settlers, so no going back for to celestial for Alcor here.
No, indeed. He's sticking, indeed, with that Celestial Amulet, of course. We have seen some hammer action coming out from Lipion, but he's gone back to the longbow as well. I kind of liked the name Shambo Warrior, but hey, that's not going to stick in the end. So we're just waiting for these players to ready up. If you just joined us for the ESL Go4GW2 Cup, and you're wondering what it is, I shall explain very quickly. You can win cash prizes. There's 7 teams in today, €400. First, 100 for second with 2k gems along with that. Third position is 2k. Fourth position is 400. You are free to enter. You do not have to be top tier in your own opinion, but it might help because we've got top tier players in today. The splits are going to be gone over with Chrono Gamer.
So let's have a look here. We see people crossing, but no run trying any attack. That is pretty much not what is happening. Everyone just wants to get to that far node if they so choose. And Snowball on the henge being very, very careful. Not want to be able to for any kind of attack. Shut pods up, however. Gets the first attack on Shadowbolt. Shadowbolt? Snowball? Shadowbolt. I'm imagining stuff now. But he's going to be able to defend that for quite a while, especially because he was in a position where he couldn't be engaged upon immediately.
We see Portal over on the midpoint as well as Baines brings that out, and we are going to see the force of the warrior off that midpoint as well as Zoot comes over to the defensive Snowball now. They will be able to sustain that point for a long time. Really, we're wondering about where Alcor is going to go now, as blue team have been able to sustain them. Might be able to sandwich Knight Jr. here into a position where he might be taken out, but they're not actually going to advance on him, as Honey does come in for support down the bottom with Baines there as well with the Mesmer. Red team now thinking about their movement. Looks like they're moving over towards the henge now.
Yeah, I'm surprised that we have Snowball. Is he in that much trouble? No, he actually isn't. That Snowball was disengaging that much from that point. He was moving over, maybe presenting himself as an opportunity to be attacked. We have the cap, however, double. Red team fairly hesitant on going for the next point. They couldn't quite decide where they wanted to go, but at least they're moving as one unit.
Yeah, I mean, we got the decap on Henge in the end as well, so, you know, maybe they just wanted to just being a bit more patient maybe than we used to see Salt back in the day kind of as well. But really, maybe they used to push in, not maybe thinking about exactly the outcome of the situation or how they might be able to disengage and re-engage around the map. So patience in the end might win out for a little bit more for the team of Scoregasms. Second incarnation of Salt here, of course.
Well, kind of, as we discussed. Yeah, Shut and Benz now in a position where they are looking for the next engage. Snowball seems to be the target of choice, but we have the shield coming out with the stuns when they try. Snowball with a good escape to the side. Moving over, is he going to do a bit of a jumping puzzle there? No, just trying to work with the line of sight, but he's still going to go down. Try to be a bit cheeky and move away from the point, but they are just on for the kill, not really for the cap there.
Now, Red Team, they've actually moved fully over onto this point because that's like really, they were very patient with the regroup and moving in and they got the kill, but they've lost the cap over on mid. If they can make sure that Knight Jr. survive here, Venom proc onto Nightmare, onto Knight Jr. Sorry, does put him into the down state. Lolamentalist going for the res there as well. We are going to see the Moa coming out onto position from... oh, good lord, it must have been Chargy there with the throw Elixir X. It was indeed. Going into stealth here himself, trying to get a little bit of damage as well as retreat here.
Chargy's a bit out of position there.
Yeah, he needs to get back towards Alcor to get some support. Alcor pushes forward with that shield just to make sure he can mitigate some of that damage, blocking a lot, just body blocking purely. And actually, Baines is going to go down here, and the cleavage is offered up by that blue team. Banner comes out from Knight Jr. in a great position, using that line of sight down the bottom to actually make sure he doesn't get interrupted. Knight Jr. doing a fantastic job. Knight Jr. and Alcor really great shoutbow warriors in terms of their positioning, using those banners. Really good job from Knight to get that res, but looks like it won't be the best in the end as Baines, low HP here, is going to have to try and survive.
Shut is in a good position. We see the stealth coming out from the initial res there. Oh, he interrupted for a second there, and that's actually going to be too much for him.
There's so much vulnerability on him.
Up, but Shut now in a very dangerous situation, although Chargy from the side, he will go into stealth. Alcor attacks, doesn't really need to. Chargy with a bit of a restoring his HP there. Shut escaping to the side. Ben's just in the middle of everything. If he gets the pull and maybe the CC knockback onto him. Pull was dodged, sadly, so we're not going to see the CC chain of that.
Oh, Chargy might go down here as well. Oh, Chosen Sin engages onto Baines and actually might switch it up, and he does! Look at Shot though, he's in stealth. Might be able to pick up a cheeky res hit. Look at that, blue team completely not going for the down here. This is such an even game between these two teams at the moment, not able to solidify those downs. Have we actually had a complete down yet? I don't think we have. Maybe one, but...
yeah, we have.
Jesus, at the moment, both teams doing a fantastic job at making sure they survive. They're being so cautious at present. Baines with that pull, ready to operate it when he needs to go back towards midpoint as they start to re-engage here over on this mine node. And they need to be careful. Baines is still very low on HP, able to get a significant heal with the two clones out there as well. Blue team and red team both cap each at present. Oh, what's the decap? Oh, nice job from Chosen Sinking. Decap
with the decap immediately disengaging again, and they're leaving mid fairly open with Baines with a portal coming back through though. So that was rather a cheeky juke going on over on the mine. Trying to make a good engage happen. We see the standard coming out. Chosen Sin caught in it. Honey able to regen there and also get Benz back up. Everyone in a good position, but this is a 3v3 at best, and Honey's still low as she chooses to go for the engage already.
Yeah, this is... oh, red team... no, they're in stealth now. They might be able to pick up the res on Honey. Oh no, she's actually going to drop on the other side there. That was a bit...
Knight Jr. is there. Fiammy coming out. First bit of res. Now we have Baines coming in from the side. And with 3 people, that's going to be an easy pickup. Also in stealth now afterwards. Can maybe choose to go in a good position. And especially with the CC coming out, we see the Earth Wall. And that's going to be the decap on mid.
Good job from Honey there, actually. Opting to go for the right. I was actually thinking might be better to go the other way with the stealth coming out and Zuik almost going down there. So close himself to being just absolutely annihilated on this first map. Shot follows up onto Zuik as he has not many cooldowns, but does have water attunement available if he does need to go into that, and also does get regenerated here as well to a degree. But trying to get the shatter with the immobilized combo over onto Zuik, not going to happen in the end, but Chosen Sin knows what's going down here, and he comes in for the save of Zuik by going for that offensive damage onto those pursuing players that were trying to take out Zuik there.
Scoregasm is not in a good position right now. They're pushing over to a point that is fairly well defended and kind of leaving their player a bit alone. However, Vermillion needs to react as well. They're moving to that point to keep it defended, but Chargy and Zuik, that combination is just a bit too much for them to really handle. Right now, they're just going for the contestation and the pain train, moving over to help out the Elementalist on mid. Chosen trying to get Honey down, following up on the high ground. Honey trying for the escape, burning feet back into it, and might go through the portal to save. Is that even... yeah, we only have Benz as a Mesmer, so it is Benz's portal. Choosing to go for it. However, the Moa on Alka connects. We have the Endure Pain still. Jumps from the side, does not get falling damage. That could have been dangerous, but he is in a position where rest should be easily doable. Chosen with a stealth assist there, and Chargy just with a brute force and regen.
We're not able to see these, just the end of these kills for both teams really to a degree as well.
No one's getting stomps. No one's getting that damage. That's pretty much the exact contrary of what we've seen in the game before that in the other semi-final. It was just way too much damage for anyone to handle with Res, and Thieves were just exploding left and right. Yeah,
indeed. Another Shadow Refuge on the side. Actually, the Fear out, that's really great from Alcor. Really thinking about the fact that they were going to be able to get a potential nice sneak engage in that Shadow Refuge, as well as a lot of healing and support there from the Thief, trying to reposition his players. Alcor pulling out the Fear there was really, I mean, that was a good move. You might not think it was, but it was actually really nice to make sure they weren't able to get that stealth there. Now Alcor is trying to move towards the midpoint to potentially bunker up and support over on this point with charging Chosen Sin. He's running for his life at the moment. Honey, quite low HP. She will be the main focus on this point, more than likely. Chargy pulls out the Elixir S proc as well to just get off node. We're going to see the survival of various members on this cap point now, as this seems to be the massive point of contention. Zuik coming over to just make sure that mine node is going to be defended by his team, because we're going to see the red team Elementalist here trying to go for the potential decap, and the Elementalist.
Oh, what? And Zuik is deciding against going for it. After the respawn, he was immediately moving towards mine. Now he has gotten the call that Elementalist is on its way, but that's going to be too late. If he just kept on going without hesitating, I don't really know where he was planning on going. Mid-fight is looking good for Vermillion, but they're a bit slow on the mine, and also slow on the follow-up.
Yeah,
Benz is there 2+1. Then they're going to lose it here.
This is really slow movement from blue team. I mean, that was just a little bit of a mistake there, unfortunately. If Zuik goes down, anyone that the red team lost at mid is just going to be completely negated, and they're going to be able to keep their lead. Sorry, they're going to be able to potentially maybe come back here in this game. Heal comes out from Baines, should be okay for now. Nice. Zuik down, stated. Are we going to see the res?
Yeah,
indeed. Good job from them.
Easy res there, picked up a bit of stealth from Shut on the side. Oh, and now he's... no, not from Shut, from Chosen. But Shut is in a difficult position right now. That AoE is going to bring him down in the Shadow Refuge. They're not entirely aware of that. Ben's trying to go for the res. Shut porting way to the side, but the knockback is going to hit Ben's under the scaffolding, and that's going to be it for the res. That Thief HP pool is just too little to really work with in downstate.
Yeah, indeed. He's definitely on the out there. We are going to see a boss skill,
he's
actually.
Just doing boss, okay. That's curious timing.
Keep them coming back. I mean, she's not going to be able to get towards, you know, the fight as it is over at the moment. So she's trying to be useful, but maybe mid would have been a better decision for her to go towards. But they're so paranoid about losing this cap at the moment that they might even lose mid by not shifting her to mid point. The problem is that Henge is very far away from their respawn area, so it's going to take a while to get anyone there. So they need to sustain around the map so they can actually keep.
Where's the portal from Benz? It almost looks like he's gonna set up a quick move over to mine. It just depends on where the portal is. The portal is on mid, so Knight Jr. for now is gonna contest this. This is gonna be a straightforward move onto mine, trying to get a kill on Zuik, but Elko's gonna come in for the support.
Benz gets
and honestly,
no.
Bring the. I think they're gonna switch over and try and get Snowball down.
That's it, exactly. That's all. That's what. This is what we're seeing with the portals at the moment. The evolution.
And going back through.
No. Oh no.
Will he? Is he?
Oh,
no, he will.
Baines! decisions. OP apparently for Baines there is he wasn't sure what he was going to do. And actually, that would have been a great move if they'd done that, because we saw the two elementalists over on the henge, but Scoregasms playing it very safe. They just want to keep the map in their favour and play in the 2 caps rather than the 3 at present. And they might actually work this to their favour if they can try and take out Chargy here.
They're so offensive. Lolomentalist just walking past him and trying with the Fire Greatsword to gain an advantage shot just on the back of him, and that's going to be not the decap because the respawning snowball is going to be on point. Other than Zuik, he decided to stick with the decision of going to that far node.
Yeah, midpoint is where it's at present again, but the two sides still contested potentially with fights going on over on those sides. Now Zuik's nice port up top means he's going to be able to survive and come back into this node. Of course, if you let the Elementalist run off and regenerate, he's going to be back to full HP very, very shortly. Now Alcor and himself are on node, which means he doesn't need to be there anymore. Alcor moving to the probably to the fight where he's needed the most is Chargy. Oh, we're doing a good Chargy and Chosen Sin here. Oh, almost getting the kill onto Shut there. Pulls out the Shadow Refuge. Alcor potentially go with some cleave there. Chosen trying to hit the air, trying to get a little bit of damage. And a proc onto Shot to pull him into downstate. Doesn't get that in the end. Chargy, nice one. Moves into that Shadow Refuge. Good job from Chosen Sin there, showing the supportive factor of the Thief very effectively. As soon as Baines comes out of that, oh, goes with a portal. This is absolutely blinding play from both teams at the moment, using their portals and Shadow Refuges so well. Zuik trying to get away here.
Not your portal, mate. Sadly. That would have been in a good position. We have everything decapped, and that's in favor of Vermillion right now. They're in the lead, and they're in a lead that can't quickly be taken away by just a couple of creatures on the side. However, we still have 2 minutes left. Knight Jr. is going to pick up that mid node. I'm surprised Benz, if anything, I think he should try and get Zuik out of there. Get Honey out of there somehow. Too many Elementalists in this one.
Yes, so true. Elementalist very strong, of course, in Guild Wars 2 PvP at the moment, but able to keep the 2 cap in their favour. This is where the comeback can potentially happen for Red. They cannot mess up here at all. Their rotation-wise, they've got people in nice places. Maybe thinking about whether or not Honey can get a decap there potentially, and she's keeping Alcor out of team fights. If Alcor's got a banner, that's actually a good place for her to stay and push. I actually think that might have been good for her to stay there. Even though she's not really getting anything out of that, she's keeping the banner out of play. And that's a big comeback potential for Blue Team to potentially have in the team fight. They're letting the Warrior get back into this team fight.
And this is good. This is very solid. And they are just on the backs of Vermillion right now. Lolomentalist down. Do we have the interrupt? No, but still the Vapor Form going on, negating that first stomp attempt, and the second try on the res from Shut is going to be the pickup. The good thing is they can just, with the 2 points, if they play it defensively, Scoregasm can just try and follow them. They just need to hold their own. They're going to lose this mine node on Vermillion, but Shard is going to have some issues. Honey and Benz is not a really good combination. Lolomentalist, if they want to contest it, Lolomentalist should come back for the support, but they're already moving away, and they're moving away to Creature right now? Really?
Well, they want to come back quick, but they're going to lose that mine cap. They need to get both bosses. That's 50 points. That's still only going to just about bring them back in this game. This is very gutsy.
17 seconds.
Oh, look at the potential steal for Blue Team.
Are we going to see
They're going to steal this.
Everyone's in position. So it goes down, and it's a steal for Vermillion, picking up the win immediately. They tried to go for something really risky that maybe just about would have worked out.
A desperation move from Red Team, really, to buffer the cap loss of that mine node, and they wanted to pull something desperate out. But in the end, it didn't work in their favour, unfortunately.
It was definitely not the best situation, just from kind of a lost team fight, from the disengagement, then going for the creature that's right next to all the blue players standing there. It was a desperation move. They had to do it, otherwise they didn't really have any time to pick it up. They had to go for the creatures, and yeah, it was a risk they weren't only willing to take, they were forced in taking, because other than that, they didn't have any chance.
Indeed as well. And yes, guys, show the new people coming into the chat that the Guild Wars 2 community is one of the best communities in MMO history. And be nice to each other, because remember, we do have a lot of people coming into the game at the moment. We want to show them that PvP is pretty much the best in Guild Wars 2. And we are showing you today that this is a very good couple of series we've had today as well, actually. So, want to see some friendliness in chat? Be nice to each other. I will find you, and I will take you down.
You said friendliness, right?
Yeah, friendliness.
I almost heard friendliness. I want to see some friendliness in chat. Where are my friendliness at?
I want to see some friendliness in Guild Wars 2 sPVP. I miss that man a lot. Very, very, very valued man of the community. Helped myself out in terms of improving my casting, talking to guys from teams like oRNG Logo and TCG and whatnot as well. We're all working together to try and really propel this mode into a nice esports scene. I shouldn't have said that. But, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. But
digital athletics.
Digital athletics is the term we will use. So, blue team taking that first game. Scoregasms. I think sometimes, which was kind of blatant, what we saw in that last game, just a little bit hesitant on their decision making. So if we think of someone like maybe, let's talk about Helseth for a second, in terms of his decision making. Whether or not it's a good or bad decision, he'll make it and he'll move and he'll do that movement straight away.
Which is pretty vital. I remember, especially in the early days, we had, like right back in the early days, we had even the top teams having that problem from time to time that they couldn't make up their mind of what exactly they wanted to do. And that cost them those very essential couple of seconds of moving somewhere. There's also the danger of trying to just do something, but in the right situations, you gotta sit it out, and in the right situations, you just gotta stick with what you want to do. If it's a bad decision or not, okay, you're gonna find out later, but changing your mind halfway through can just really bite you in the behind.
It's so important. Like, this game is, I think, Kalaris said it very perfectly back in the monthly, and says it often, that there is almost no moment of calm in Guild Wars 2 PvP. There's almost, other than like regroups where you've been completely wiped, and still, really, there's a lot of pressure, pardon me, to get back into the map and back into the game. So quick thinking is just so important in terms of your rotations. Even if you're wrong, you need to commit to something. You can't be dilly-dallying. Wow, I'm not saying that. That's a very English phrase, I suppose. But you know what I mean? You can't be screwing about. You need to be getting on with it. And I think, that's where Red Team need to get locked down their kind of tactics, or at least their movement. Because I think sometimes in that game, they could have really taken the advantage. I actually think they could have won as well. Just with some of those decisions, it could have been a little bit quicker.
Yeah, the port movement is solid. I think there's definitely great potential in these, even though they're fairly obvious. Some of the port moves with just the straight up engage onto one point and then flipping it over to a 1v1 and just +3ing it, basically. It is very predictable that is going to happen. However, blue team just doesn't have any way to cope with it, really. They don't have the answer portal. They don't have as much mobility that they just could counter it with a move that would be just as quick. A portal is such a potent tool. We always like to emphasize that.
And at the moment, in PvP as well, normally you'd give the win to the side which has got the Mesmer, and that has not happened in this map yet. But that could be a changing thing in this series, as we see second game between Vermillion and also Scoregasms. Vermillion taking their first game over on Forest. Maybe we'll jump into a third map for once.
Maybe we will. We have 3 people advancing in the vicinity of the far north, but they're kind of sticking around. It's always of which team makes it move its move first. And oh, we definitely have Knight Jr. in mid making the first move. We're trying to get the cap on there, but the damage is going to be brutal. CC chain, he's trying to make it out on the side. Even uses his healing signet right now to stay alive just a second longer to give his team more room. But nothing really is happening off that. They got the pickup off the quarry. That was not contested, and we do have a portal set there for people to move back if it goes a bit awry there. But they really need to be quick with it.
Oh, Banes.
Oh, they're banning it.
Yes, that's a nice movement. Now blue team have to shift back towards the midpoint, but they need to think about what they're going to do here. Are they going to regroup back at Waterfall, or are they going to go back over towards this midpoint? Or they're going to wait for Knight Jr., because Knight Jr. looks like he's going to try and sustain over on that quarry node. He's not going to get on point for it quickly enough, unfortunately, so maybe they're setting that up for a future push. Red team now are really on the back foot, losing engagements, yeah, across the map here for the red team. Lolamensis is going down at Waterfall as well, losing Knight Jr.
That might have been a very nice and very hard to predict move. However, we didn't see any follow-up resulting from that. Honey moved away, gave up the cap for free to move on a capped point, and basically have a bit of a scrimmage there where we didn't have anyone trying to set up the burst. We saw them scattered across the map, one on the respawn, two people on Waterfall.
And now we're seeing
I think they could have stuck with that point a bit better.
I think they could have. I mean, Honey's tanky enough to maybe survive a little bit, like a little bit of a break from conditions and whatnot. I mean, they are getting this quarry node now in their favour, but blue team, I feel like they have it in their favour, especially with that CC coming out from Chargy there. Good job. Throws Elixir X down as well. Wants to take out Knight Jr. here. Really on this, man. I feel so sorry for Knight Jr. at the moment. He still has banner. Doesn't get on node. And there's red team members around this point to try and keep it contested, but quarry is capped. This is a free cap in favour of blue team at the moment. It's just being delayed on the point, on the UI at present. And red team really being held on this map to a considerable lead at present.
Dodgy just sticking with that tornado as he tries to escape to the side, makes a bit of a jump, goes stealth and actually back behind them. That was nice and jukey. But where is red team going with that? Isn't it gonna be... Yeah, I think they might have actually waited for the cooldown to come back up to leave the portal. Knight Jr. is gonna prepare the situation, not really let all of them leave. So this is a setup. If the mid fight doesn't go as they want, they can just move over to the quarry very quickly. But they're sitting on the 3 cap for quite a while now.
It's going their way though. I mean, we know how quick this can come back into your favour, but look, Baines has gone down as well, so red team need to work on this this res here. They do get that up in the end, but blue team as well getting the confirmed res themselves. Shop trying to get over to Waterfall. Is anyone going to be able to answer that call to make sure he doesn't get that decap? Zuik just getting that fire greatsword, gets over on some point and gets on point in time. Blue team still with this free cap. Very powerful start from them, and it doesn't look like red team have got an answer for this apart from the banner that comes out from Knight Jr., who's not going to be interrupted here. Very, very experienced at using that banner. Of course, might sound like a stupid thing to say that, but you can get interrupted quite easily, and it's been around enough now that teams should be able to interrupt that unless we see some kind of stealth or line of sight coming out from these teams.
It's so weird. This feels so weird. This triple cap just not really being contested that much. They're trying to I feel like red team is right now thinking, okay, don't let that 3 cap go to our heads. Don't... Did we see a GG coming out now?
No, it's by Knight Jr. But
and Lolamentalist.
And
Chargy. Well, okay, other team, never mind.
Well, I mean, you can start the map and say GG and see who gives up first without even getting them to start the game, of course. But yeah, that was...
They just couldn't find a way back in.
I think they know that maybe early game there, they made quite a few mistakes in terms of their movement. But... you know, GG's coming out. That's going to be in game here.
GG from Scoregasm, given Vermillion the second win, meaning they will advance to the finals and face off against oRNG Logo. And what a match it is! The old Logonaires off against pretty much the team that is the reason for their existence.
Yes, indeed. That is also very true. These guys have been training with them in PvP for quite a while, actually.
Which means they really know each other.
They really do. That is
they know
so
the ins and outs of each other's tactics by heart.
Whew. Okay, so what I am going to do here now is I am going to try and find... I just want to get last week's final up. So... for the last few minutes while we try and wait, we're going to get... it's not going to be too long, but I just want to give you guys something else to watch instead of the break screen as well. So Just getting back into cams here. Going to load up something as well for you guys to watch. And we'll see you very soon for the final of the Go4GW2 Cup, number 48 from the ESL and obviously from Arena and ourselves. Thanks for joining us. Stick around. We will be back very shortly. Back to the ESL Go4GW2 Cup, the finals between two teams, oRNG Logo and Vermillion. We're going to go in-game. I am aware of all that time while I was showing you the video, I haven't actually changed the scoreboard. But just showing you the last moments of that game from last week, which were very memorable indeed. And also,
yes, they were. Yes, they were. Let's see if we can have just as memorable a finale going on for today's week. Yeah, you already gave the go when ready. Two people, one mind. Let's say on the red side there we have oRNG Logo. The guys who I would guess most people favor in this matchup. However, this matchup is especially interesting. We mentioned it before the break because these two teams scrimped each other a lot. They know each other's move. They know what the other people are doing in and out. This could be. They could try and go with something really creative just to catch them off guard.
I think you're right. You know, I mean, well, Frostball was actually, you know, one of the guys who was on that team, as we've kind of said before.
Now we've had Snowball.
They're crap talking a little bit, but there's a lot of respect between these guys. It's just funny stuff. Yeah, Snowball was in there as well, actually. Different people in and out for the Logaнаires, of course. Like I said, they've got their own team name, they've got their own identity now, so they are a solid team together. And hopefully we can see them give oRNG Logo a little bit of a run for their money. Of course, we don't have Rom here or Freylina, but these guys proving that they're doing pretty well as they are. Vermillion, of course, needing that experience to just get to that really top tier, and that's the only way that's going to happen is through practice.
Well, judging from the last game we saw them in right now, they just annihilated Scoregasm. I was missing the name there. They just annihilated Scoregasm. It was a bit Scoregasm's fault, of course. They had a couple of issues there, really picking their moment. But that triple cap standing for so long and basically GG coming out after 300 points. That's something you don't really see that often. So as I am very confused about what you just wrote in chat.
I just wanted to know what that was.
Oh, okay. and you guys will never know. You guys will never know.
You will never know. This is why you need to get into top tier and PvP, to be honest, so you can just enjoy some of these random map chat moments.
Just sublime.
Need to get a stream up of just the chat sometimes, I think. Because it's so bloody entertaining. It's too much to keep your eyes on your chat highlights of the day. Okay, so we are waiting just for these guys to ready up. We showed you that last game from last week where Dragons did get defeated by oRNG Logo. Oh god, apparently it's you know, choking me up inside. How emotional that is.
Oh, good, really?
Good. It was a really, it was a really good week last week.
Bro.
I feel like the PvP scene at the moment, in terms of how we're going, is just getting better in EU. It's not. Our momentum is just. We're just moving forward. We're not going backwards. PvP, the meta is pretty nice. You know, there's different little issues that are being resolved as well. There's always still this learning to do, but I really feel like we're in a good place at the moment, and leagues and Heart of Thorns is just going to be the next level of that.
Just going to add to that, hopefully, as it's going to be interesting. I think how many teams there are going to pop up that are actually completely new to the game. That might see, oh, there's actually stuff happening there. Yet there's stuff that we can work towards. Talking about the leagues, of course. If there are going to be completely new players who grasp the game just in no time and then pop up on our radar suddenly, we see kind of the struggle with new teams, even of these very experienced players who've been in the scene for a year, 2 years, or even all the way back to the beta, who still need their time to get that team dynamic going to even stand a small chance against these top teams.
And everything you just said is completely correct. You're an amazing person.
Okay. Thanks, I guess.
I was a tiny bit distracted.
You're all right too.
5 dogs just entered my living space.
They entered your living space. It sounds like they marched in with the death march playing. We shall remove the human.
Indeed. I'm just showing some of these builds. That's why I just muted myself, unfortunately. If I hadn't mentioned it, you wouldn't know. Just running through these builds as well in the game. Just showing you exactly what's being run. Don't need to explain them so much as well, because we have been doing that. VODs will be available of this series today, of this tournament today, sorry. And yeah, the Go4. Of course, we do have the monthly coming up in a few weeks as well. We're not long for the end of September, so this is going to be the last Go4GW2 Cup of September, of course, which means teams selected will be going on to the monthly final, which will be held in October in a couple of weeks. But maybe we could actually have a look. Wow, these guys have just had a couple of DCs, so I do apologise for the momentum of this. To see how the monthly ranking is going at the moment. For September, we have oRNG logo at the top with 260 points, rank 55 Dragons, second with 220. Then it really is a massive gap between themselves and the next team. And actually the next team is the Swedish House Mafia. Must have been a week when I wasn't here. That was Knight Junior and whatnot, and Slinger and Ezra as well. But then we've got TCG as well, who have kind of disbanded for the moment, but Celerius. So it looks like next week, possibly, we'll probably see most of the teams that play today, actually. Like Vermillion, we're going to see as well. They're just in 8th place. And normally it would be 1st to 8th position. So if you're wondering what I'm talking about at the moment, if you go to play.eslgaming.com/guildwars2, go to the EU section of today's cut. You just go to the section of the Guild Wars 2 on ESL. You can see, if you scroll down, the monthly final info for the EU side of things. August champions were oRNG logo as well, so they'll be looking to get themselves a little bit more cash. It's 1K in the finals. We held the finals on a Wednesday at 7 PM CEST, and it was 6 PM in the UK if you're watching from there.
Yeah, you can even though you have to split it with 5 people, you can still, if you consistently win, you can still make quite a lot of money playing Guild Wars 2. I remember one person, I think it was some country where I think the like average wage isn't that high, but one person in chat once wrote that the people that are oRNG logo with Guild Wars 2 actually make more than my monthly wage.
Yeah, that's what I do remember that as well. Yeah, I mean that's 1,000 euros for first place. So that's 200 piece. If you come in second, it's 300, and third and fourth is actually 100 as well. So, you know, even coming in 4th position, I know like 20 euros. You might not say that's a lot of money, but still, you know,
something.
It's cash, and it's cash you can just spend in Guild Wars 2 quite casually. You know,
just feed it back to
yeah, or do whatever.
It's a circle of cash.
Yeah, I mean, if you win that monthly, you can go out for the night maybe on 20 euros. Maybe not.
As we are completely ignoring the actual meaning of the word cash.
What's the meaning of the word cash?
Cash, like actual money in cash.
Oh, right, yeah.
Paying cash. Yeah. It's not, you don't get Colin Johansson driving by your apartment and just giving you a couple of bills. Sadly not. That would be cool.
Ah, Colin, did anyone watch this stream yesterday, the TwitchCon stream? It was so good. Oh wow, good timing. I was about to go on to a massive rant there, but hey ho!
Massive rant, okay.
Well, not rants, but like
story time
up the fact
with
that
Uncle
was
Jeb.
Pretty good. Cooking shows, Twitch streams with music. Today is the ESL Go4GW2 Cup final of the week 48 between oRNG logo and Vermillion. Nick's going to take us through these splits today.
Page, the only one of the side of oRNG that's going to cross, and he's going to move over into 1v1 versus Snowball. Doesn't know it yet. He's probably expecting just that. Synderner and Frostball kind of sticking around that close point. They want to see first what is actually happening. Curve very all the way back on that point. No one wants to be engaged upon immediately. But the midpoint might be where just that happens with Alka. Although, no, they're just walking past and choosing Chargy. Instant Elixir as that. I think that would have been the proc. Or
Yeah,
he has inhuman reactions.
Yeah, I'm just watching Alcor. Actually, Alcor gets really knocked back there by Frostball. And we are going to see that Chargy does go down in the end. Is Alcor going to be able to answer this
Really?
with
Portal
the banner?
stop?
Just wants to be flashy. It was on cooldown. He probably thought, screw it, why not? And he uses it and goes back towards that point over there. And he gets gets the Mower on Zurich. That is a nice move from Frostball. Whoa!
Oh, that's
Beastly! What a flashy man. Able to get the portal stomp, then jumping back through Mower onto Zuik. Confirmed down kill for oRNG Logo. Able to get 2 nice kills quite quickly in the first couple of minutes.
They're
of this
moving
game.
into mid. However, Minishi already having troubles, and Frostball might not be the perfect person to get that rest. Synderner, however, on the other side, he's just a man for that. Gets a stealth up, refuge. We see the Vaporform moving into that knockback, pushed Alcor and Chosen back a bit, and that gave them plenty of room to work with.
We actually get to see Blue Team picking up their first points of the game here over on the Henge node, unless Tage decides to 1v2 and stay on that point. Alcor now having a few problems, needs to try and disengage here over on the bottom side. Oh, nice defense comes out from Zuik there with the support going in the water attunement, grabbing him some protection as well. So good job from Zuik to increase the survivability of Alcor as he tries to disengage. Chargy comes in as well from the just below that archway, you can see. And I think we're going to see Alcor survive just by the skin of his teeth here as he gets through that archway. But Zuik might be the next one who's in a bit of trouble. And we're going to see a Shadow Refuge coming out as well from Sin there as he disengages. He's got a large stack of vulnerability on him as well. That does get taken off there. And if Chargy had been on him, might have been able to take him down in an instant, but not able to in the end. Red team are going to be holding that mid cap, of course. We see
this is pretty good. This is pretty good. The +1 on the side of the mine actually meant that Johnson wasn't in a 1v1 with an Ellie anymore, which is what he doesn't really want. I just would have liked that maybe instead of Alcor, we would have had Chargy over here. That Alcor would have moved over to the Henge. I think that would have been a bit better for them. But now Johnson again trying to scout for those midpoints, trying to scout for the kill on Frostball especially. As he's just in stealth, waiting, popping out of stealth, and then going for the engage. But curious timing there.
Yeah, I think it was just maybe a little bit. Oh, Sin comes in. Oh my god! Gets the shot. Venom proc and the luck. Yeah, the knockback out of the. Oh my god. Wasn't able to get the stealth there. Chosen Sin chooses to commit. Good communication there between oRNG Logo to get Sin on that point +1 quick. To make sure the kill comes out. Minishi moves on node, which enables Synderner to move off point to re-engage very quickly. This movement from oRNG Logo is very nice at the moment to maximise their rotations around this map to outnumber as quickly as possible. Sin able to move in as well as Frostball to get these kills quickly.
We have Tage on the bunker guard, by the way. Did we mention that?
I didn't actually.
Did you? Well, he is. And I remember from past experience, from their scrimmages, that one of the main things is they want to play around Tage. They don't want to have him in the team fights. Having him just on one side point, even if it's and Tage, well, he's fighting on an enemy point. I'm not exactly sure if he's preparing a situation. No portal in anywhere close to that.
He's
just
him out.
having his 1v1. He's
just keeping him away. That's all he's doing. He's doing
Tage being away, I think, is a bit more beneficial than Snowball being away, to be honest.
Yeah, but the thing is, they've still got 2 elementalists, though. You know, they've still got the support. Look, with that, have they got the same runes? They've still got the monk runes as well. So that we are still seeing a lot of defense coming out from oRNG Logo. It's as if we've just got a 4v4, just with Tage, 1v1ing elsewhere. So really, I mean, it's keeping Snowball away, and that means the Synderner, as soon as they get the advantage, Synderner can come in for the burst, which is what he did now. Lost the cap. They've got Henge now as well. They need to be careful though that they've lost this player here over on the mine point, which means that oRNG Logo aren't going to have to survive.
Find Frostball. We saw actually the distortion pop there to negate the pull of Chargy. That would have been a good pull, but they might get him after all. We saw the updraft of Minishi, giving Frostball some room to escape from that from the very dangerous point for AoE, especially that bottleneck on the side. And now Frostball being as bold as to move over to the third point again.
He can be. He's got 2 Elementalists with Monk Runes, and he's got Bunker Guardian. I mean, he can just do what he wants at the moment. He put Tage in there as well with that elite shout, Feel My Wrath, at the quickness. And really, they can end these fights very quickly or get the res very quickly as well. Put them in the situation with an Elementalist as well, you've got a point where you cannot die, possibly. Unless you get some nice focus damage from the opposite team, of course, or a Moa in their favour. But Blue Team do not have this tactic up their sleeve. As it goes down, banner comes out from Alcor there. Yep, Syndrome committing to that cleaver.
Tage is going for the rest. He has the female wrath, and look how fast that goes as soon as he brought it out. That's almost as solid as a battle standard. However, they do put a couple of cooldowns into that to actually make it work. Curve Alley going down. Can I get the damage on him? 2 people rezzing, one of which is Tage. Doesn't have female wrath, but still very solid on that.
Exactly, and that's what I was saying, you know, the survivability now, they can tank on that point, keeping contested. Blue team are going to they've really gone into this node now, and actually we're going to see, look, Minishi, look at that movement on the map. I'm just pointing with my mouse, he's still on Tage, but the movement there, we've seen Curve because he was farther away, going to mid. Now Minishi can contest over on the node, which they have just lost. Blue team doing a good job at moving out from, moving on to Henge. Of course, they were respawning, obvious choice for them, as Red team just switching up the caps, but still keeping congestion full on the map. They're still keeping control, and they're winning. They're winning these kills. They're winning these fights.
Curve is winning their 1v1 against Chargy so damn hard that even the +1 of Chosen can't really do anything that quickly. Tries to go for the Rampage, gets the Tornado. Can't really do much with that. Chose to go for the Stealth and maybe leave them guessing on where they're actually gonna go. There's still the Earth Armor that runs out now. They could potentially, yeah, they're gonna see the portal. I'm gonna know that something's up.
They're just doing the same thing again. Put Tage on the home point of Henge there, of the blue team. Just wondering when Sin is just going to move back over there and do exactly the same thing he did before. Maybe with a little bit of a push over towards this mine node, because I think Frostball is just 1v1 versus the Elementalist here, and will need some assistance, and that comes out from Minishi, which enables maybe Frostball to move off point and to get some kills himself, or at least some regeneration there, but he's going to go quite low, and they need to take advantage of this situation, the blue team, and really bring him down. But he's got some spurning stacks on him, might actually be killed here, does get that condition removed, and we're going to see Shadow Refuge brought out. A nice fear again by Alcor. That man, I tell you what, they weren't able to follow up with anything there, unfortunately, but again, a very good move from Alcor, and that's the kind of thinking they need to have when they come up against these guys. But the follow-up unfortunately wasn't there in the end. Oh god, blue team caught in a real horrible situation here in the corner. Alcor doesn't have banner available for another 93 seconds, and he's probably going to go down himself. Gets interrupted, even has to use that Signet Heal to resist some of those conditions as well. Tries to remove more by going into Warhorn. Does Sword Charge out as well. I don't think he's going to be able to survive this. You've got Syndrome out top.
This I think is a very, very good move from Vermillion right now in that current situation. Okay, Alcor going down, that is very unfortunate. I wanted to say Alcor trying to keep that keep note neutral for the time being, as we see the +1 of Chosen going on and trying to get Tage down. That would GG is called. I think, yeah, Alcor going down in that situation. If Alcor hadn't gone down, they might have had a shot here. But right now they don't see any way of this turning around. The lead is too much. We've got more than double the points on the side of oRNG, and that's going to be the first win. Early GGs. These guys apparently seem to think they know when it's over.
And deciding not to use the rest of the game to try and maybe work out some kind of rotation around this team could be a mistake, actually. I see a lot of teams normally also trying to go...
Well, they know each other too well.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe they just feel as if, you know, they've got their number in this game and they just want to push to the next one.
They know which situation they can come back from. They know what is just a lost battle. But the war isn't lost yet, because it's a best of 3. Meaning the second map on full fire. That's going to be where it's all decided. Are we going to move into a Kylo map for today? We haven't seen a Kylo yet. There was a Kylo, but we didn't stream it. Was in the quarterfinals.
Oh yeah. Well, it's a shame we didn't get that. We haven't seen many Kylos recently. We streamed a Kylo last week, but it was just the third game. I hadn't actually streamed the whole series, so we didn't get to stream Kylo that much. But yeah. Also, guys, don't forget we do have Stronghold being played this weekend as well. So make sure you're getting in there and giving it a bit of a test up. Get your feedback on the forums. Make sure you're using this time to test it. And if you're not too keen on it, then obviously try and say the reasons for why you're not keen on it. If you are, then obviously compliments to devs are probably welcome as well. Having a bit of fun in there myself. Next weekend we're going to have everything, Nick.
Everything.
The whole shebang. Specializations of every class. You're going to have Stronghold. It's going to be so good.
PvP is going to be chaos, and I'm going to try my hand at the Daredevil again. I'm going to fail miserably. I'm loving it.
Scrapper, man. I cannot wait to play.
Oh, Scrapper sounds so
Rev.
good. I also want Chronomancer.
Yep, Chronomancer's pretty fun.
We just love them all.
Yeah, man. It's going to be. I'm really excited.
We don't have a favorite child. I love them all equally. That's a lie.
Well, there's the feeling. I mean, someone just in chat was talking about how thieves might disappear in the next meta. Talking about Rev being very, very mobile, and also, you know, their ports and whatnot are going to be quite useful. I don't know if we're going to see the complete disappearance of Thief. There's still so much utility with them.
Until now, honestly, you could nerf the Thief as much as you wanted. Just the short bow mobility kept them in the meta, no matter what.
Yeah, it's just so good.
You could take their damage away almost entirely. It would still, well, okay, no, you couldn't, but it gave them a lot of leeway into getting nerfed or whatever. They haven't really been nerfed. They're still pretty strong, but mobility is just one of the factors that just doesn't make them disappear and makes them essential in almost every team comp.
Yeah. Well, the thing is,
if we have someone who can fulfill that role as well.
Yeah. You're right, though. I mean, last week. For the orange logo, when they won the cup, you saw it just before this series. You know, the thief damage was good on Lord, obviously, but really what made that game, what changed that game, was Syndrome coming in with his utility, getting the stealth res on Tage, the actual res on Frostball as well, and then being able to stealth move through that pool. Okay, some may argue, you know, that. You may be able to have just done that without all the stealthing, but still, it really, really does help in terms of that survival. Moving elementalists, moving players without having that awareness of the stealth. But the thing is, with what goes on in the expansion, we're going to have a lot more reveal. So, you know, engineers have got reveal, Rev's going to have reveal, so we're going to have a lot less opportunity for that potentially to come out.
That's also going to hurt the current state of Thieves a bit.
Exactly.
Just because with a change over to those 3 trait lines you pick, we suddenly had the availability of the stealth when going to rest without losing on any other fronts, which we then saw or still see becoming very much part of the standard gameplay. Get those elementalists back up with getting the stealth proc of the rest attempt. Repositioning people, just completely negating any attempt to stomp at first. Chuck a reveal in there at first, and that becomes a lot less potent.
It's going to be good times. I'm feeling it at the moment. I really am. We do have NA later, guys, as well. I'm not sure if it will be streamed, unfortunately. I would offer to do it, but unfortunately I am not going to be here. Those plans might change. Storm is actually away this week. And we're not able to get anyone else to stream it at the moment, but we'll have to wait and see. News will be around of that on Twitter and whatnot as well, so make sure you're paying attention to the ESL. Of course, that doesn't mean that it's not going to return next week. We still will have the Go4s going up to Heart Thorns. We wonder what will happen in the future. I'm hungry.
GW2, who can see it? If you can, tell us. We want to know.
It's looking pretty good at the moment. Did have Rom actually streaming last night from Japan, which is very interesting.
You stream in Japanese?
No.
Oh, boring.
Maybe I'll have to wait and see. So, still waiting for these guys.
I feel that maybe, okay, we also have Tage not ready, but I remember that, like, They like to take their time building strategies. The strategy discussions of Vermillion can get quite intense and quite long time to time.
Oh dear. Yeah, this is just... We're just talking about the viewers as well, so it's really nice to see how so many people in the chat at the moment.
Maybe just it might also in this new in these lots of viewers. There might I just wanted to explain. Okay, about it. Wait. Very quick. This is Conquest. We've got 3 points. Capture points bring 2 points every second. If you have 3, you get 6 every 2 seconds. First to 500 wins. Stomps bring 5 points. And the Lord brings 150. That's the very quick roundup of Guild Wars 2 PvP. There's a lot more to it, and you will see it in detail right now as we go into potentially the last map for today. It's Orange Logo versus Vermillion.
Good stuff. Good description of what is happening as well. As we go into the first calm moments of the game, and probably the only calm moment that will occur, which is the initial splits. And we are going to see the red team are going to get the one up onto Zuik. Before I can even say his name, he is absolutely annihilated and will be possibly rezzed here by Alcor. Nice stealth.
Coming in from side. We've got a first knockback. Battle Standard coming out as a last way solution there, and they kind of salvaged that situation. However, losing the Battle Standard cooldown so early into the game, that's fairly drastic.
Yep, that's exactly the point as well. You know, they've been able to force that, so even if they didn't get the kill there, they forced the snowball down as well over on Waterfall. Rick again, so early in the game. Orange Logo able to really put it to the blue team, and now Alcor is going to have to go into a 1v1 with Curve, which puts them outnumbered on the map elsewhere, which means also Zuik again being highly pressured. Good, nice lightning flash up to the top there, but he needs to get back on node as soon as possible.
I think Chargy now really has like 10 out of 10 tornadoes instead of Rampage.
I've not seen him in Rampage.
He is not feeling the Rampage.
Oh no, but Sindrina goes down. Oh, nice mower, but continues to res. Good job!
Tries to stick with it, but needs to escape. Now we have the pullback. That's good CC. Sindrina definitely down. But Tage still staying, and Tage staying on a point, even against 2 people, can be a fairly long endeavor. However, did we see him switch? I saw a hammer just there. He's on the hammer, mace, shields, the clerics, but hammer, yeah. Was he on hammer before?
No, he was on staff, yeah, because I definitely saw line of warning. So let's just double check Tage's build. He is running hammer with that mace and that shield, of course. Let's go back, and lots of CC there coming out from the hammer. I miss Tage on the hammer. I remember saying that at WTS in Boston, the hammer before quite a lot, that banshee, of course. We have got the concession over on this waterfall. No, blue team are now picking up the points against Orange Logo, able to sustain in the 4v5. Considerable amount of time now, as the red team do move into a fight with Alcor. They know his banner's on cooldown at the moment, so they will be able to take a potential advantage of this. Looks like Chosen Sin and Zuik trying to take out potentially Frostball from the other side, but moving towards mid to maybe plus up, get the quick kill over onto Minishi.
That's good. Chosen Sin there, yeah, we had a lot of damage already on Minishi, but he just got the region back. Port's off the side. Chosen Sin is trying to make this one quick, but we have the portal going on. Nah, he's not going through it. It's just people coming through to his system. Sindrina and Frostball, they want to take Snowball out as fast as possible. He's doing good work surviving thus far. Needs support off point, but they don't want to lose this mid node right now.
No, they're not indeed. And they're doing a good job right now. Oh no, the CC, really, the control coming out against Snowball here is massive. Chosen Sin, is he anywhere near him to get the stealth? No, he just wants to go for the plus up over on that side of things. But Alcor now flips over to mid. I'm not sure about this rotation, Nick, for the blue team. I know they're trying to bunker, and Alcor is good at that, but maybe they would just be better off at leaving this point and really having a big... That's what they're doing. Alcor moves back into mid.
How about they're gonna get the outer points, and Chosen Sin with a nice port, getting Curve Ellie down, Frostball for the rest, and we don't have Chosen with the follow-up damage. He's trying to go for the interrupt, but that was just a distortion there on Frostball, meaning Curve is back up, so they don't take any advantage from that, and we actually, with Frostball, have the contest on Waterfall. Everything has gone awry, and Sindrina with a +1 over on Quarry now put Tage in a brilliant situation. However, 2 people now, 2 versus 1. These, however, are not the people that are going to get the quick kill on him.
This is good. This is good. Look at Curve. Curve switches over towards Quarry. Sin goes for the plus up over onto the waterfall, of course, to even things up. And he's going to go for the immediate stealth engage, trying to rescue Frostball here with the Shallow Refuge as well to get the disengage. Chosen does trying to pick up though. Chosen Sin, but then Chosen Sin needs to be careful as well. Frostball was hanging around here. He's low HP. Maybe Chosen can pick up the kill potentially on Frostball, but he has gone into stealth himself. Although reveal
but the
now.
engage is so dangerous.
Yeah, Frostball's so low. I'm waiting for it. I'm just waiting for it.
Oh, there we go. Does he have the target? He's trying to go on. Chargy down already. Will he get the counter kill on Frostball? He's not really damaging. He's trying to go for the res against the stealth, but they still know where he is. There could be a knockback that delays it a bit, but this is gone. Chargy, so Chosen didn't go for the engage, nor did he go for the rest. There might have just been a wasted endeavor if he goes for the kill, and then just with the death of Chargy, we're going to see the rally on Frostball there.
That's massive. This is great movement again from Orange Logo.
66 points each.
Moving over to the waterfall here. Look, plus up, easy kill on Zuik, moving back through the portal with Syndra not able to jump through as well. Unfortunately for them, their rotational play is really on key today, and they're going to even maybe pick up the hardcore kill. And if they're able to do that, that is massive for Orange Logo to snowball this map even more so into their
we
favor.
have a swirling Chargy again.
Oh, that man, unlucky just again. This really is.
This seems rigged.
Symbol of his, yeah, rigged oRNG of the Elixir X there.
Yeah, you really want to go for the rampage there. That could have cleared this this situation up already, but they still put Minishi in a good CC chain. The block comes out and interrupt on the first attempt to get some region going, but now he's back up and healthy.
Yeah, he's trying to just... Yeah, no, he's doing a good job. I mean, this is what I was talking about again as well. Waterfall being so good for Elementalists. Look at the amount of line of sight you've got around this point. Really advantageous, maybe even over the Quarry as well. I'd like to think that's kind of fairly even, but isn't massively. Waterfall is so useful. Quarry has its uses as well, of course, with many jumping puzzles that go on over there. Advantageous in different ways. Go over to Quarry.
This is so good. We have chosen Syndra 1v1, and that ended in the death of Syndra, but we have the res of 2 people. Chosen now down as the second one, and Snowball can't res against the pain train there, even immobilized, kind of stopping in his tracks of the right lightning there for a second. Death of Chosen, and even though it's only 1 point, that 1 point is slowly becoming the end of Vermillion here. If they keep this going for too long, it's going to be a lead that can't be solved with a quick Lord Rush, and they don't even have the portal available to make it as quick as possible.
Yeah, exactly. So they're going to have to be a slow-moving Lord Rush, which easily Orange Logo can catch up with if they should need to later on. And now really they're just trying to pick up these kills and even pushing towards Waterfall probably. And the Enders Blue team are going to respawn here. Chosen Sin comes back into this Waterfall point, trying to plus up. Good negation of damage comes out from Curve as Chosen Sin's momentum is disturbed by that updraft from the Elementalist there, of course. And we are going to see Blue Team slowly moving over towards the waterfall and even towards mid now. We need to see Chargy probably going for this decap over on the Quarry, potentially versus Tage. Which is not the most easy thing in the world to do versus that man.
No, he's again keeping Tage out of it, but until now, Tage on the side note hasn't really hurt them that much. And we see a charging rampage. It has happened.
Oh my good lord. And hopefully they're going to be able to get something out of this. You know, none of that CC effect is going to actually do anything towards him, because obviously he's got stability with that rampage form. But in the end, you know, nothing comes out of that. And he actually stealths and moves, leaving Alcor at a 1v2. And he's going to push to mid. Now we've got the contestant.
We need Chargy on the CC of Minichi, and that is exactly what he's thinking right now. He CCs him far enough that it's a decap, but the cap would have been a bit much to ask. We see an immobilized, the instant engaged, and this is a potent combination. We have good CC on Chargy and also a bit of burst potential. So Thief Engineer could really be the end. Nice pull coming out. The mower, and the mower Chosen with the damage. We see the next interrupt, and he just gets the block. Heal back into water attunement. That was fantastic.
Oh, it's a good thing he came out of mower lane.
But mid cap.
Jesus, yeah, mid-cap is very important. And the kill on Minishi. This could really bring them back into the game.
Oh,
Still got
knockback.
6 minutes now. Oh no,
the
portal,
going
vapor
on.
form. Oh, and that's what blue team do not have. Oh, wow, and they can just move straight back in. Are they going to get the quick kill onto Chargy here? Let's move into Frostball's position. Zuik downstate on map as well. And this is big again. They're going to lose potentially the cap here. Chosen Sin goes down. Chargy can't do anything about this. Snowball comes in. CC onto Chargy, and the D-cap comes into mid. And oRNG Logo proving how strong they are in Guild Wars 2 PvP at the moment with 270 points to 80 for Vermillion.
It's
and
detrimental.
It doesn't feel like they're going to be able to come back into this game, Nick.
Where would the next position of engage be? We have Alcon and Snowball in mid. They can hold it neutral for a while, but these two outer points are really setting them back right now. It's already more, it's 200 points now, and that's not just gotten rid of with a Lord Rush. So he's trying to go for the decap, and that's very good. Immobilize, will we see it coming out? Oh yeah, there it is. Decap on Corey, buying themselves some time, but they need to really show up now if they've
got a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
Oh, Chargy again getting the tornado, but still proving that it is kind of useful in different occasions, of course. But we're going to see Curve coming over for the regeneration of Frostball there and stuff. Alcor gets a couple of decaps, recaps on Waterfall, of course, as well. Sin has to pop that Shadow Refuge to go to safety. Chargy goes on point using that grenade kit, of course, to spread a lot of damage. But Chargy really puts him into a corner there. Has to be careful. Hear him just throwing that cloak from the Elixir S there as well to put him into stealth. Portal is enabled by Frostball as they move towards the midpoint, and that Pain Train combination! Chosen Sin absolutely annihilated there with the Shadow, and actually with the movement over towards the mid, the Dukes from oRNG Logo. Really, Jesus, this burst that comes out from this combination, just so exciting to watch.
And still having the presence of mind to go for the interrupts on Alcor there. No battle sound for him, still available though. And we still have everything neutral. However, Snowball in mid is going to have a hell of a time dealing with Syndrina and Frostball. Of course, Minishi adding a little bit of damage. And the portal directly over to Waterfall there. Yeah, they don't take a second of break.
It's... The portal is just so powerful for oRNG Logo. Even like using that portal was a bit of a juke to think, you know, them just seeing Chosen Sin just a tiny bit out on his own there. Just the Pain Train combination, their awareness of these members and just making sure, having a look to see if anyone from the blue team is stepping slightly out of position. I'm not saying that Chosen Sin was massively out of position, but they really are keeping their eyes on the thief. They're keeping their eyes, they're trying to move people around the map. They're trying to make sure that Alcor is pinned down in this situation where he can't res. You know, everything's just working out for these guys again today. Chargy goes down here. Alcor does have banner. Is he going to be able to use it here? Pulls out the line of sight, but he's going to get mowed, which interrupts him from being able to pop the banner out. And we're not going to see Chargy raised up here. We are going to see Alcor and Snowball Low probably surviving quite well. Snowball coming into a fight. They are losing, but they are heavily sustained together, of course, as we see. Oh, look at Alcor. That epic movement jump there from him. To make sure
this almost smells like GG already. We saw Tage is just someone who does not die right now. He is the best they have done thus far was only Chosen Sin plus wanting the 1v1 that Tage was in. And he still needs enough time that, like right now again, Curve Alley comes from the side. He's done that multiple times, and that's then support that Chosen and Zuik with the damage in combination can't work against. And as soon as Chosen disappears, it's directly Curve following him. Not leaving him there. We have a midpoint picked up, but it's 2 minutes. They need a miracle right now.
I mean, what's interesting about this having this Guardian in this position for oRNG Logo having the Elementalist as well is that, you know, the problem they had was the fact that Tage was always trying to move around the map, you know, to get into a position of a team to fight, potentially sometimes to their detriment, where they couldn't move him in quick enough because they had no Mesmer. Now they've got a Mesmer, they're not even moving him into fights at all, hardly at all, mate. And the thing is, they're using the fact that he's just good to sit on the point and not die. Which means they always have to put someone there. And it has to be someone, you know, obviously not that has to survive, but someone that's going to be able to decap or something. He's got shield and hammer. He can survive for a long time. He can get a decap even. But they're using that situation to their advantage where they're just saying, you know, screw it. We know that the Bunker Guardian can't be in that position. useful.
Right now, this looks like the end. We have a 2 down, double cap, 1 neutral into Lord Rush. This is just as brilliant a situation as you want and as you can have going into a match here and ending the match. However, we don't have much damage with only 2 people going for the Lord. This wasn't really a rush. However, it is still going to stop them in their tracks. They don't. Right now, it is actually impossible for Vermillion. Sadly, it is mathematically impossible for them to grab the win. They try to make the best out of it. They get the kill on Frostball. And if that would have been let's say 3 minutes earlier, this situation, they might have still have a shot. But yeah, this is just over right now. And they were still able to maintain that double cap and triple cap actually.
Yep, just right at the end of the game. These guys are feeling pretty unstoppable at the moment, even without their main members. And I would even go to say that these guys are as good to keep them in a situation where Orange Logo is still earning themselves a fair bit of cash each week in our Guild Wars 2 PvP scene. With rank 55 Dragons, so unfortunately might not earn as much as these guys this week, of course. So Orange Logo are going to take home the win with the 400 euros in their back pockets. Shared, of course. It's not 400 each. Be nice though. Anyway, 400 euros go to them. 100 euros go to the blue team of Vermillion, of course, as well. And we had some good Guild Wars 2 PvP today, my friend. Good stuff.
Someone saying kill Lord at 499, trying to go for the highest point possible points ever. That would have been fun. And actually, yeah, Vermillion not getting the 100 points. They are stopped at 99.
Oh, so denied. The painful level. So guys, thank you very much for joining us for the ESL Go4GW2 Cup number 48 between casted by myself and Chronic Gamer. This has been the EU scene, if you are interested in NA. It might be streamed today, I'm not 100% sure. I don't think so though at the moment. So you are waiting just for the... it's going to be... There's other cups going on this week. If you're new to the PvP scene, please go to play.eslgaming.com/guildwars2/global.
I'm really glad that sentence didn't just end there. If you're new to the Guild Wars 2 PvP scene, please go. Just go. Leave now.
No, don't do that. We would love to have you. But yeah, please go to that website. You can participate in Mondays. We have a Fun Day Monday tournament, which is a 1v1 tournament where one class plays. You can play, I think, any build you can, unless there's some rules, so make sure you check up on that. So I think you can win some gems from that. There's a 2v2 on the Tuesday. This is all from ESL. 2v2 on Tuesday. And then on a Thursday, there is the weekly cup casted by myself and Nick on my channel, which is twitch.tv/JebroUnity. And yeah, there's lots of tournaments. And then we have the Go4 again on the Sundays, where you can win yourself some cash. So I encourage you to get yourself involved in these cups, if not for the prizes, but for the practice, because the season's, you know, we've got leagues coming up, you know, could be a couple of months while when they get started. Of course, after balance patches, we do have to wait a couple of weeks, as I said in TwitchCon, but we have leagues fast approaching, 2 months or so, roundabout, roughly. That should be happening. I mean, it's pretty crazy, man.
I need a team then. Damn.
I'm gonna. I know people might say I might fail hard, but I'm an okay NG. I'm not too bad.
Most likely.
But we're gonna have a laugh. We're gonna get involved with that. I want to get the legendary backpack. You know, Jesus, that thing looks awesome. But yeah, you need to be in it to win it. So practice is perfect. You only lose experience you don't lose experience. You only gain experience in the ESL Go4GW2 Cup. Before I talk anymore, let's just leave it there, and we'll see you again for the ESL Go4 Cup next Sunday. I've been Jebro. This has been Chronic Gamer. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at Chronic Gamer and at JebDan. See you soon. Make sure we salute.